Hello, welcome back to Paranormasight. I have been diving a little bit, as you can see, reached diver rank 15, had a very good dive one time, and I have finally caught an Isai lobster. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, yes, let's continue with the story. So last time we ended the curse of the raging waves, but now we still have the slashing one left. So let's continue with Yumeko. Just when the curse of the raging waves has been lifted and it seems Kamishima no longer has any curses left to fear, Yumeko receives a phone call that changes everything. Hello, this is Shiki speaking. Oh, Mrs. Shiki, it's me, Ida from the Mie Police Department. Oh, Detective Ida, what is it? Right after we got your call, we went to look into Yamashina and that Ikoma guy you mentioned was working for him. Oh, that's right. How did it go? Not well, that's for sure. We found the old man murdered in his own home. You mean Yamashina? You... Are old men now being targeted? What on earth happened to Yamashina? Well, was he cut down as well? We tried getting in touch with his secretary first, but he wasn't responding to any attempts to contact him. So we went to his house together, but ended up having to use a spare key to get in, as there wasn't anyone else around. After looking around a bit, we found what looked like a cell in one of the outlying buildings that had been shut up tight. A cell? Yep, we found Yamashina there, collapsed in a pool of blood. We called an ambulance right away, but we could tell at a glance it was already too late. That bad, was it? Worse than bad, just remembering it sends a shiver down my spine. He had this massive wound, like a sharp blade had sliced right through his torso, bone and all. Oh no, okay. First thing that came to mind was the skeletons in the Toba case. Pretty reminiscent, don't you think? Very, but it couldn't be. Do we have an estimated time of death yet? We're still investigating, but the blood wasn't even dry. I'd put it within the past few hours. The curse stone housing the curse of Tomoshige has been in my possession. Yeah, exactly, the entire time. There's no way anyone could have used it. Unless it's someone, like, actually using the curse without the curse stone? Because that's also possible, right? If they have, like, enough of this psychic abilities or something. Yamashina's quite a big shot in politics and business around these parts. There's worry, news of his death might cause a stir, so the higher-ups will probably want us to keep mum about it for now. I see. That might be for the best, yes. Weren't there a load of rumors about some succession crisis going on with him? There were indeed, though according to the man himself, he'd already chosen his successor, and handed his will to his lawyer to boot. Whoa, really? That should make things go more smoothly at least. Wait, you don't think there's the possibility that might have served as a motive? You mean the culprit might have been mad they weren't chosen as his successor? Maybe? I can see that if he hadn't left a will, but you said he had, right? True, perhaps they didn't know about it? Either way, there are more people out there who'd want Yamashina dead than you can shake a stick at. Finding our culprit based on motive will probably prove tricky. I see. Still, I can't imagine you'd be able to swing around a katana in that tiny little room. This wouldn't be the work of some supernatural phenomenon again, would it? I'm afraid that's looking quite likely. Geez, you sure can do some terrifying things with these curses. How are you even meant to investigate this stuff? Our usual methods don't mean a thing if you can just curse someone to death like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we looked into it, and were able to confirm Yamashina had a man called Kippei Ikoma working for him. From what I hear, the guy's also wanted for solicitation of murder? He is, although we only have testimony to go on right now, so we can't say anything for certain. Still, him having the exact same name as that victim in the Toba skeleton case is pretty damn confusing. It seems Ikoma gave a curse stone, a dangerous tool that lets you curse others to death, to a local woman with the intent of causing a massacre. Geez, scary to think there are tools like that around. Wait, what happened with that woman then? Oh, she's been apprehended, but it seems she won't be able to talk for a while. Could we ask you to handle taking her in as well? Oh boy, got it. I'll make the necessary arrangements. Thank you, Detective. I'll let you know the details later. Oh yeah, about Ikoma. Someone apparently spotted his company car stopped outside Yamashina's place today. So I had a warrant put out for him as a person of interest. Oh, impressively quick thinking. Well done, detective. By the way, there's a high chance that Yamashina was killed by a curse contained in one of those curse stones I just mentioned. Oh man, I figured that might be the case. If Ikoma did indeed stop by Yamashina's house today, he's looking increasingly suspect. Yeah, looks like we should prioritize tracking him down. But it sounds like the guy was a favorite of Yamashina's, if anything. If he really is the culprit, what could have driven him to kill the man he owed so much to? I can only assume they had some sort of falling out, perhaps over the matter of succession or the like. I'd assume that Ikoma was the successor Yamashina mentioned, but it seems that wasn't the case. Either way, I think we can definitely say he's up to something, especially if the solicitation of murder stuff is true. I'll step up the pace of the search for him. You two take care too, alright? I'll get in touch if there's anything else to share. Please do. But why was he killed? From the sounds of things, we should make dealing with this Ikoma our first priority, and why was Wakamura killed as well? I wonder how Cersei and Navi fared in their search. I imagine they made it back to the mainland by now, but we have yet to hear anything from them. Ikoma might still have access to his curse too. The situation is more dangerous than I thought. We should probably get back to the mainland as soon as possible. About that, it seems that the last ferry off the island has already left for today. Oh darn it, that means we're stuck here as well. We'll have to stay on Kamishima for tonight, yes. I'll arrange somewhere to stay. Nothing to be done about it, I suppose. Thank you, Sodo. It won't be long before the sun sets. And yet, I can't help but feel like there's another storm brewing on the horizon. What is still happening? This is locked. Okay. So this is... Oh, this is after apprehending Kukiko. Okay. Let's go here, see what we can do. Despite being tasked by Yumeko to search for Ikoma, Avi, who has fulfilled the goal of his trip, and Cersei, feeling better of the curse of the raging waves cleared, choose not to return to the mainland straight away and have fun sightseeing in Kamishima. Okay. Oh dear. You were doing so much better after the curse got lifted, I didn't notice the time. We got so carried away with sightseeing it's already pitch black out here. You're right, time sure flies. The last ferry already left, so I guess we'll have to find a place to stay for the night. Shouldn't we be heading back to the mainland to go after Ikoma? Well, there's only so much we can do now. It's not as though we're being paid for it, so let's not lose sleep over it. I see, very pragmatic of you. Surroundings. Although it's not that late yet, it gets dark quickly after the sun sets, and the streets empty out just as fast. Illuminated only by the dim glow of a few streetlights and the stars, the island feels calm. Not gonna be that way for long. Any perby sticker? Did I hear a foot? I heard that footstep. I freaking heard it. I will come back to you in a second. This game. This freaking game. Whoa, there's someone there. I mean, Ikoma. Well, I thought I recognized that voice, so it was you, Mr. Barnum. Mr. Ikoma. What are you doing here? So when did you get to Kamishima? Huh, they surprise you. Arrived on a charter boat just before sunset. No, wait just a moment. Didn't you say you had a fear of the sea and that boats were a no-go? You gotta keep your character traits straight, else the proofreaders will tear you apart, you know? Well, as it happens, my condition was miraculously cured earlier today. So I was able to come here after all. The curse, huh? Miraculously cured, is it? Oh, come on, if you're going to just throw in convenient plot devices like that, it's a total disservice to the art. Whatever, I have more important things to ask you. A whole lot of things, as a matter of fact. Sure, what is it? About Kikuko first. So let me get straight to the point. You know a woman named Kikuko Tsutsui, don't you? He just came right out and said it. Kikuko Tsutsui? Ah, yes, the young woman from Kamishima that used to work at my company. Was that her name? You used that girl as a pawn in one of your schemes, didn't you? We nearly died because of her, you know? I beg your pardon? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know anything about that. I most certainly did not put her up to anything so heinous. Mm-hmm. So you're saying you did not give her a curse stone then? To help her get recognized by Yamashina since she was his illegitimate child, or something like that. A curse stone? Onkakudono's illegitimate child? What on earth are you on about? I don't trust him. You really have no idea? Don't try to pull a quick one. Who filled your head with such nonsense? Oh boy. As a matter of fact, we heard it straight from Kikugo Tsutsui herself. She told you all that? Where is she now? I demand to know what compelled her to come up with such a ridiculous story. We've got her confined at her home, but I'm afraid she won't be able to talk for a while. Ah, I see. Anyway, whatever she told you, that girl is delusional. What a troublesome fantasy she crafted. Indeed. So, who did she get that curse stone from then? I'm afraid I know no more than you do. Then what about the business card you gave me? It was the target of the curse. Care to explain? Excuse me? I'm afraid I don't quite follow. Either he's playing dumb or there's someone else even higher pulling the strings. The symbol on your business card turned out to be the marker for the curse. Dear me, this is the first time I've ever heard such a thing. Oh, so you didn't know? But I find it very unlikely that he actually is not behind this. Of course not. That emblem is a treasured symbol that Onkakudono bestowed upon me when my company was founded. Onkakudono? You mean Yamashina? So then you really had no idea. He said it was used as a curse marker. That's a serious accusation. Well, you're implying that Onkakudono was behind such a scheme? That's outrageous. But you have to admit, it's hard not to come to that conclusion. These groundless accusations are deeply insulting and absolutely infuriating. I will not tolerate such insolence from anyone. I honestly expected more from you. Alright, calm down, sorry. We'll look into it some more, okay? Very well, it's the very least you could do. The sheer audacity. I don't trust him. There's something about his face. He looks suspicious. Insulting Evan's business card and benefactor, how utterly disgraceful. I insist that you take it all back. I am truly, deeply sorry. Just overwhelmingly apologetic from the bottom of my sorry heart. I'm not. It's a lie. So, about Azusa Somekawa, the descendant of Taishima. Oh? I don't remember telling you her name. Huh, that is no obstacle to a man of my caliber. We figured it out in no time. Did you know? Very impressive. Suppose I have to apologize on her behalf. She's rather difficult to deal with, is she not? So, did you manage to get a hold of the Tamatebako then? Come again? From what I understand, she was last seen going out to sea on a boat with a foreigner. And she has evidently been missing ever since. Forgive me, it seems that my hesitation to introduce you to her has caused you some inconvenience. No, really, don't worry about it. It's fine. So you were after the Tamatebako too, Mr. Ikoma? How come you're so calm when you already know what happened? Believe me, there were times when I wasn't, but... At this point, things like that no longer matter to me. Things like what? The Tamatebako. In fact, it seems as though I no longer have any use for it. I admit there's been some tension between us, but what do you say? Why don't we put that behind us? He is so freaking suspicious. He is the most suspicious person I have ever seen. Whatever became of Miss Somekawa is no longer of any concern to me. In hindsight, I suppose I should have introduced you much sooner. You might be misunderstanding. Okay. Why did you ask to come to Kamishima to search for the still-tide mirror? Well, it's simple enough. If something like the curse of the raging waves truly existed in these waters, surely it would be best to see it lifted, no? And it seems that it has in fact been dispelled. You did not disappoint, Mr. Barnum. Oh, well, it's not like we actually did anything to lift it, though. Is that so? We did learn that the bronze mirror once belonged to Princess Hatsune, who was sacrificed to appease the curse, however. Cersei is figuring something out. She is onto something. Mr. Ikoma, how did you know the curse of the raging waves had been lifted? Well, to be honest, it's hard to put into words. But it seems as though I've got a little bit of spirit sense myself. I suppose the curse must have been what caused that ominous aura to surround this island before, no? I see. I suppose someone with a bit of spirit sense would be able to tell whether the curse was still around with ease. In any case, since the curse has been dispelled, the matter of the bronze mirror is also settled. You have my thanks. I suppose you're right. You're welcome. Suspicious. So why did you come all the way out here to Kamishima? Ah, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. More than anything else, I would like to take care of my business right away. And what may that be? I actually wanted to ask you about it. I believe there's a woman by the name of Sato living on this island. You wouldn't happen to know her whereabouts, would you? Sato? Oh, right. I think I met a woman with that name earlier today, but I have no idea where she might be now. I see, so you're not familiar with her. Very well, thank you so much. My apologies for keeping you. As I need to continue my search, I'll take my leave now. Yeah, good luck with that. Why Sato? What does he want? You sure about letting him go? Wouldn't it be better to restrain him? Well, there wasn't enough evidence to do so. Do you think he's actually innocent and Yamashina was the one pulling the strings the whole time? I don't know. I don't think we know enough to judge. Well, it's not like he can get off the island that easily, so maybe we should just report that we saw him. Good point. He mentioned a chartered boat. Maybe you could mark it to keep an eye on it. Turns out staying another night on Kamishima was the right call after all. I've got to hand it to myself. I'm just a genius. Anyway, let's go and report to Miss Shiki and call it a day. Kipei Koma is the prime suspect behind Yamashina's death. Having asked Cersei and the others to search for him, Yumeko hears what they have to tell her. I see. So you can be certain that Kipei Koma is on Kamishima right now. Yep, no doubt about it. From what I gathered from the islanders just now, there are signs that someone landed a boat in the gulf on the other side of the island. That must have been Ikoma. Mwah. So I come like a moth to the flame. What? Ma'am? That sounded a bit diabolical. I think the fatigue is starting to get to you. Okay. Surroundings. The darkened townscape stretches out before us, silent and still. I had thought lifting the curse of the raging waves would see it return to the peaceful fishing town it was previously. But it seems the shadow looming over Kamishima won't be dispelled until we deal with whatever's lurking out there in the darkness. Yeah. Oh. Okay, they look normal. And this looks normal. Okay. It's actually using it to kind of quickly scan for birds. Still, from what you've said about him, your description of Ikoma is quite different from what we've heard of the man on our end. We could hardly believe our ears either. To think Yamashina had already been killed by a curse. And the police are searching for Ikoma as a suspect in his murder. Talk about a bombshell. Yeah, it was a real surprise. And you say that Ikoma seemed to have no idea about either the curse stones or what Kikuko Tsutsui was planning. That's right, swore the accusations against him were absurd, all while looking innocent as lamb. It's entirely possible he's just feigning innocence. I wouldn't believe him so easily myself. We have no proof of his crimes after all. All he has to do is pretend he knows nothing, and our hands are tied. Still, there's a warrant out for his arrest now, Kono. Can't you throw the book at him here and be done with it? It would be dangerous to do anything rash. I'd like to at least get a better idea of his intentions before making a move. Still, with Soda and Cersei here, I don't think we should have anything to fear from paranormal phenomena. If worse comes to worse, surely you two could restrain him by force. Well, we probably could deal with most things. But in the event we couldn't, the situation would likely end up being completely hopeless. Right. I don't even want to imagine what sort of situation that would be. Did you see where Ikoma headed after we parted ways with him? Sorry, I don't really remember. But if he chartered the boat to get here and stopped it in the Gulf, wouldn't we be able to nab him eventually if we hang around there? Unfortunately, I don't think it would be so simple. If he stopped it somewhere out of the way, we would struggle to find it in this darkness. That's true. Well, if we really get stuck, I should be able to find out where he is using dowsing. Just let me know and I'll give it a shot. Huh? I thought your target had to have some sort of spiritual energy for you to find it. That's right, but he said himself he had some spirit sense, and he has a pretty unique aura too. I think it would work. That would be a huge help, we'll keep that in mind. Okay. I was sure you and Avi would have returned to the mainland by now. Had no idea we're still on Kamishima. Well, we were having so much fun sightseeing, time just got away from us. You were sightseeing the whole time? Suppose it worked out for the best, so I can't complain. You know, I still find it hard to believe that young men would be capable of such a foul crime. Oh, Avi, you're so gullible. Heartless, the lot of you. You won't even consider the possibility this is all one big misunderstanding? By the way, is it true that Mr. Ikoma can use curses without a curse stone? Oh, based on what we've heard of the scene of Mr. Yamashina's murder, I think we have to conclude that he can. So it is possible. What does your assistant over there think? Oh, good idea. Let's see what Sodo has to say. Sodo. My dear. Speak. Sodo, how likely is it that Ikoma could use that curse without a spirit stone? Ah, yes, about that. There have indeed been cases of powerful psychics using the spirits of the dead to cast curses on others. However, doing so requires a great deal of skill. Only a handful of people would be capable of such a feat. And even fewer would be able to do so with a curse capable of killing people in a single blow, let alone over a distance. The man did say he had a bit of spirit sense. I suppose that wouldn't be enough, though? Not at all. My thoughts exactly. I see. Though, if I were to speculate, could there be more than one curse stone? Oh, so there is something? Curses are not always born from the spirits of the dead, you see. If a number of people were to harbor a strong grudge for decades, even centuries, that grudge itself could become a curse. I see. The supernatural equivalent of strength in numbers, eh? You could say that. Still, it would take a large number of people holding a grudge over an extremely long period of time to achieve. I suppose it is a bit unlikely Ikoma would have access to a curse like that. But... So the work you wanted us to handle is all done now, right? Yes, it is. Thank you for your cooperation. But I'd appreciate it if you could help us out a bit more, so I won't be letting you go just yet. Oh. I thought she had something more to say. She is figuring something out. This would be why curse stones are so dangerous. Access to one allows even amateurs to use highly potent curses. You heard that just now, I hope? Yes, I'm sorry already. Just casual shaming. Still, something doesn't sit quite right with me about all this. Koma must have known it would be harder to escape pursuit here. What could have brought him here despite that risk? Oh, I can shine some light on that actually. I believe he said he was looking for a girl called Sato. Seemed awfully keen on finding her too. Sato? You don't mean Sato Shiranami? Oh, you know her then? We do. A girl with quite unique circumstances, to be sure. Could that be why Koma is looking for her? But what is he planning? Unique circumstances, eh? So chances are high Koma is still looking for Sato then. If so, it would be in our best interest to find her first. If nothing else, it would put us in a good position to bargain with him. Agreed, we should try to... Is something wrong? You said that Koma arrived on this island before sundown, yes? We did indeed. If he's really that keen on finding her, surely it wouldn't take him that long to do so. Finding a single girl on a small island like this shouldn't be difficult. All he would have to do is ask around, no? Ah, you have a point. I doubt he's been wandering in circles all this time. Then let's get a move on. Find her first. Maybe he isn't looking for her that seriously after all, or he had some other business he wanted to take care of first. You there, I finally found you. Damn, Shotaro, it's been a while since we've seen you. What? Who do we have here? If I'm not mistaken, that would be Mr. Wakamura's son, Shotaro. You're from the police, right? You've got to help me. My old man, he's... Oh, he found him. Mr. Wakamura? Has something happened to him? What? Mr. Wakamura was found cut down in his own home? You're not saying... The clinic's doctor's taking a look now, but I saw the wound. There's no way he could have survived that. It has to be freaking Ikoma. He's here. I tried to call the police, but Yusa Minakuchi told me to come get you instead. I see. Thank you for letting us know. We'll be there right away. Ma'am, given the timing, can we assume this is Ikoma's handiwork? Exactly. Chances are high, yes. If you don't mind me asking, mister, did a man called Ikoma drop by your house at all? What? Ikoma? You're saying he's the one who killed my old man? Not necessarily. Calm down. You know him? He's in his 20s and is wearing a suit, though he looks really old for his age. Yes, that's him. I met him earlier today. You met him when? What? Today, just before sunset, a man I'd never seen before came up to me. He said he was head of an event company and had come here to gather information or something. Oh no, I'm pretty sure the name on his business card was Ikoma. Oh no, he gave you his business card? Yeah, what about it? Do you have it on you? And he said he was here to gather information? What happened to looking for Satoshi? If Shotaro has the business card on him, you need to tell him so he can freaking remove it. Wait, Sato, you're saying Sato has something to do with that guy? Alright everyone, I'm going to head to the Wakamura house with Shotaro here. Sodo, I leave searching for Sato Shinami to you, Cersei and Ivy. Find her before Ikoma does, and take her into your custody. I'm counting on you. Understood? Wait, we have to help out too? Please do. The more people we have on hand, the better. Now Shotaro, lead the way. Right. You can see Ikoma is there, he's gonna kill Shotaro. Remove the fucking business card. Huh? Wait, over there. That's him, Ikoma. Throw out the business card. What's Ikoma doing here? It seems he hasn't noticed us yet. Should we make our move now, or should we let him go for now to get a better idea of what he's up to? No, first things first. I have to see whether my suspicions are correct. Oh! Dun dun dun! This aura, I knew it. Man, is he? There's no doubt about it. He's an 800-year-old immortal. Jesus Christ, that word is appearing too often and it's killing my tongue every time. He noticed us. Yeah, remove the freaking business card. He's running away. Ma'am, should I give chase? Please do, follow him and find out where he's headed. On it. Don't be reckless, keep your guard up and be careful. It looks like we have a change of plan. Cersei, Avi, you're coming with me. Let's go. Okay, unless Shotaro does not have the business card on him. Huh. Real name. Sato hides in the Kantekisho ruins at night, where she finally comes face to face with someone. Is Ikoma the samurai guy from the story, the original one? That they were like together and stuff? Is that him? But I'm curious, because in this one we either have the Tomo Tobacco or we don't. So now Avi has it. Huh. Let's see, I'm gonna just continue as it is, with Avi having the Tomo Tobacco, and let's see if it's gonna matter right now. Who might you be? It sure was a hustle to get out here. Looks like I made it just in time. Huh? You aren't an easy one to find, you know, but at last we finally get to meet again, my dear Osato. So he was also the one calling then, right? On the phone? Can you please answer my question? Who are you? Are you being serious? This isn't one of your usual silly acts? Come on, no, really? You forgot me after what, just 400 years? That stings, you know? 400 years? Pink. Okay, so I know this guy claims to be Kippei Ikoma, who is apparently another 800-year mortal. But that's not the real issue. I need to know who he really is, not who he claims to be. I don't think he's about to just come out and tell me. Looks like he enjoys being cryptic. Though I didn't expect him to just say he knew me 400 years ago. That's a huge clue. Who exactly was he 400 years ago? If I push a little, maybe I can draw it out. We know. But man, did I really come across as that spaced out even back then? Oof. So you're saying that you know me from 400 years ago? Well, we never met directly then. Oh, I can hardly believe it. Huh. So maybe not then? Eek! He's getting closer. Who'd have thought my dear Osato was Princess Hatsune all along? How do you know I used to be called Hatsune? Back then, 400 years ago, I never realized it was you. So sorry about that. Huh? He knew about me? And the story goes that Princess Hatsune was offered up to hold down the curse of the raging waves, sleeping for ages down there, huh? Who knew immortality could be put to such a creative use? Truly selfless. Admirable stuff. Brings a tear to my eye. Dude, stop playing around. Not really, there wasn't any other choice, and I wasn't actually asleep, so it was pretty awful. Also, could you please answer my question instead of going off on your own tangent? Well, it turns out the resentment I bore was heavier than the curse you were holding back. I just told you to stop. Wait a second, the resentment you bore? Thanks to that, ever since then, anytime I got near Taishima's waters, a raging storm would well up. Every time. I've tried countless times over these 400 years, but each and every time my ship went under. I've had my fair share of trouble too, you know. But then, that would make you the raging waves curse-bearer. Ah, right. I guess I ended up becoming quite the legend here on Kamishima, didn't I? There's only one person you could really be then. Oh, sounds like you finally remembered me. Although centuries have passed, would you be so kind as to address me once again? Come, call me by my real name once more. Right, the files from the past made it clear. Okay, let's look for the file. Because originally I thought it's Taira no Tomoshige, no? Taira no Tomoshige. Taira no Tomoshige. Okay, so I was right, okay. And you're Taira no Tomoshige of the Taira clan from 800 years ago. Yeah. The 400 years confused me for a bit. Or, wait, am I wrong? Didn't think you'd get it so quickly. You always did manage to surprise the hell out of me. I was gonna ease you into it step by step, let the truth sink in nice and slow. Screw it. You nailed it. Bingo. Glad you actually remembered, even if it took way too long. Welcome back, Osato of Kusawa. Wait, Kusawa? That's right. What? Okay, so this is new. Truth of Princess Hatsune. Having eaten the flesh of a mermaid and becoming an 100-year immortal, Sato spent years wandering across Japan. Eventually, with the help of the Onmyoji Tsuchimikado Harukage, a descendant of one of her former benefactors, she made her way to Taishima, an island rumored to be home to mermaids, and began to live there quietly. The islanders, duty-bound to protect the mermaids and the interest of Ryugu, were accepting of her and her circumstances, and Sato was finally able to gain the peaceful life she had been searching for. Having changed her name many times during her years of wandering, she was going by Hatsune at the time. After she had spent some time there, Fuki Tsumitaka, under whose jurisdiction Taishima fell, grew fond of her and took her in as his adopted daughter. Initially unaware of her true identity, Tsumitaka eventually discovered her immortality, but even so, continued to treat her the same as he always had, and Sato came to trust him as well. Following the invasion of Taishima, Sato sacrificed herself in order to quell the curse of the raging waves, with Harukage's ritual causing her to fall into a deep sleep within the sacred land at the bottom of the sea. The seal on the sacred land was set to break 400 years later, which was in fact to awaken Sato from her slumber. The truth of Komatsu Sadamune. Komatsu Sadamune, the vassal who goaded Kuki Yoshitaka into invading Taishima, was in fact Taira no Tomoshige, who had eaten mermaid flesh and gained unnatural longevity. Unable to let go of his dream of reviving the Taira clan even after 400 years, he could wind of rumors of mermaids being worshipped on Taishima and infiltrated the Kuki navy under the name Komatsu Sadamune, plotting to uncover the sacred land. However, his rash and impulsive destruction of the sacred land ended up triggering the curse of the raging waves, and his plan ultimately ended in failure. Although caught up in the sinking of Taishima, Tomoshige could not die and was swept away by the sea to an unknown fate. He never directly met Princess Hatsune, and as such the two remained unaware of each other's existence. I remember now, everything's coming back to me. You're Lord Tomoshige. I waited long for this moment, Sato. You're telling me you became an 800-year immortal as well? I can't believe it. If this game makes me say 800-year immortal again, I swear. Indeed, I ate mermaid flesh to become an immortal just before you did. I'm just not gonna say the 800-year part. Oh my god, 800 years ago. We sailed out searching for mermaids, trying to restore the Heike name to glory. We found one, sure enough, but those Genji bastards had laid an ambush. They attacked us, tore us apart. But seeing we had both become immortal, we both continued to live our separate lives. I never knew. I thought I was the only one left. I spent all these years thinking I was the only one. You and me both, Osato. It truly is a miracle that we were able to meet like this once again. Listen, Osato. When I realized this body couldn't die, I decided it was my fate to use it in whatever way I could to restore the Heike clan. The grief, the hatred, the curses of my bloodline who died screaming in resentment, I've carried all of it with me in this body. They screamed at me, "You'll finish what we couldn't, that's why you're immortal, damn it." Their voices never stopped, centuries of the family's rage clawing at my skull, every day, every night. Even so, nothing ever worked, but I knew I couldn't just give up. That obsession of mine rotted into resentment, festering for decades, centuries, building and twisting inside me. Okay, he looks crazy. Until finally, centuries of resentment and rage congealed into a curse, something I could control, wield. A curse born from that obsession. The bronze mirror I carried absorbed that same resentment, and over time it transformed into a cursed stone. So, your goal was to use the power of that curse and the flesh of a mermaid to restore the Heike clan? That's crazy. Indeed. You're crazy. That vow was all I had left. It was the one thing that kept me crawling through these 800 years of hell. I sucked up to people in power and gathered followers, all so I could build an immortal army. But it couldn't be out in the open. Everything had to be done in the shadows, always unseen. Even with immortality and curses on my side, it was damn near impossible. No matter what I tried, power was always out of reach. The path to reclaiming the Heike name was always filled with peril. It was always one fucking problem after the next. Nothing ever went the way I wanted. Damn it. Before I knew it, the world had changed into one where military power alone was no longer the key to control. I just don't have the power or the time to rule this goddamn new age. Fuck it all. And so, here we are. Before I knew it, my 800-year lifespan was burning out. The end was right there, staring me in the face. That's when something broke in me. All that was left was emptiness. 8 centuries and nothing to show for it. Just the truth that I'd achieved nothing. Yeah, that got a sting though. Tell me, Osato, what the hell were those 800 years of me giving it everything I had worth? What was it all for? I can't say. When I realized my lifespan was finally coming to an end, I almost felt relieved, like dying might actually finally set me free. It was then that I happened to hear of you. That you, my Osato of Kusawa, were still alive on Kamishima, also as an 800-year mortal. That moment was the first light to pierce my darkness in 800 goddamn years. Whoa, aren't you exaggerating a little? Not at all. This is an 800-year-long miracle of fate, Osato. Don't you see? Back then, when the Heike fell, you were the only one who stayed with me. You were the only one who comforted me. But now you look insane. When my final day comes, I wanted to be with you. That's the only thing I want now. If I can just have that, then maybe this was all worth something after all. You understand, don't you? You must. But the curse kept me from even ever setting foot on Kamishima. Yeah, he doesn't look too lovable, does he? So I manipulated Onkakudono. I used him to reach you and claim you for myself. Wait, hold on, this is getting a bit too much. What's so funny? Oh, Sato, you're blushing. You truly are so lovable, and you are not. No need to act shy now. 800 years ago, we were bound by a vow of love. What? We were? I don't remember that. You kept the bronze mirror I gave you, did you not? That should be proof enough. What? No, that's not what you think. Come now, we certainly took the long way around, you and I, but we finally found our way back here. After everything, meeting again like this can only be a blessing of fate. This is what our curse of immortality was all for. Our final, glorious crossing to the next world. Together. No. Yeah, run. Sato, run. I mean, yeah, it is the end, but... You've been waiting for it too, haven't you? The day this cursed life finally ends. Come, Osato, let's meet that day together. Let's finally be free of all this endless pain. This music really does not fit. He is insane and crazy, and we should run away. I am Osato of Kusawa. At the end of the Heian period, I worked as a maidservant for the Bureau of Onmyo. That's where I first met Tyrant Tomoshige. By chance he took a liking to me and made me part of his household. After the fall of the Heike, the world spun into chaos. We were too busy surviving to think about anything else. I remember those days now. We ran from one hiding place to another, and I had no one to depend on but him. But those memories are so distant now. So distant it's hard to tell them apart from something I might have seen on a TV show last month. And now that I think about it, the only reason I kept that bronze mirror after the attack was because it was the one thing I had left when I washed ashore. It was the only clue to who I was. I held on to it out of loneliness, that's all, as a trace of a past I could barely remember. I'm afraid I never had even a shred of affection for Lord Tomoshige, even back then. Oh no, he's gonna fucking kill you. Wait, no, he can't kill you. You're immortal. I guess we're safe, but still, you should run. To release him, Lord Tomoshige, I remember him now. He was always just like this. All pride and vanity, puffed up with his own importance. The very image of an arrogant heiki. No wonder he failed so spectacularly. Anyone would, acting like that. Damn, girl! And still, part of me can't help but feel sorry for him. So... What? Well, why are you so silent? Say something. You know as well as I do that our lives are almost up. It could be over by tomorrow. What are you hesitating for? Hey, Sato, say something. I'm talking to you nicely and you just stand there like a fucking idiot. Wake up. All you need to do is be grateful and come to my side. That's it. Stop being so fucking pathetic. But what if I refuse? Are you fucking kidding me? Refuse? After all these years, there's no refusal. You would dare defy me? That was never even a fucking option. Come with me, right now. If you dare try to say no again, I'll ensure you receive due punishment. I have harsher methods I can use. Harsher methods? I told you, I can use a curse, remember? A curse that targets a certain pattern and slices anyone with it clean through. Nice and painful. But even if you use that to hurt me, if I just hold on until tomorrow, your time will run out. You'll never get what you want. Are you really that fucking dumb? Why would I use it on you? You're immortal. Oh yeah. Before I came here, I handed out dozens of business cards with the target pattern to people on the island. God damn it, you wouldn't. With just the flick of my wrist, these stupid islanders will be dead in an instant. You get what I'm trying to tell you, right? Fucking blackmail. You're holding the people here hostage? They're just insurance. I wait to ensure you will come with me. In fact, the Delman Wakamura was so stubborn about handing you over, I had to deal with him first. What? You mean you killed him? So, what will you do? You have two options, Osato. Time to choose. Obey and come with me quietly. Or let your selfishness condemn these innocent people to a brutal death and come with me only after you watch them die. No, I mean, we're gonna try out both, but... Let's refuse right now. No, I still can't. I won't follow you, I refuse. What? What? You selfish little brat. But very well, I'll make you regret that choice. Let's see how long that defiance of yours holds out. It's just gonna be a bad end, isn't it? He just kills everyone. Oh. Okay. Not an immediate end. After discovering the corpse of Shinobu Wakamura, Yuza and Azami realize that the threat of the curses still remains. They meet up with Sato and Tsukasa and gather at a place of their childhood days to discuss what to do next. What? You can't be serious? Old-man Wakamura was murdered? Seems that way. I called the police to look into it. It probably has something to do with the slashing curse. That means whoever is causing the curse is on the island at this very moment. Oh my god, that's terrifying. I thought they'd already found the curse stone that was causing this to happen. But it looks like we're not out of danger yet. This is too much. So the curse is still hanging around? How's that even happen? Surroundings. That's how it happened. Kanteki show at night. There's no sound other than the wind in the trees and the distant tide. But an anxious feeling grips my chest at the thought of what might lurk behind this stillness. Any Barbie stickers? I don't think so. But what's this slashing curse business all about, Yuza? Well, to be completely honest, someone planned to use that curse to commit a massacre today. What the hell? Who would do that? Don't worry, the culprit was caught this afternoon. The curse was targeting the symbol on the back of the Kameshimaru hand mirrors. Oh, I know the ones you're talking about. Yeah, so anyone with one of those mirrors would have been a potential target. Seriously, that's so scary. Oh, that's why Azami took everyone's hand mirrors this afternoon. Heh, just doing my part. But the police apparently found the curse stone that was used to release the curse. Things probably would have been fine even if I hadn't collected all the mirrors. It can have been easy though, thanks for doing that, Azami. Even if the police found some rock, a bunch of people were saved because of you. Well, when you put it like that, I feel like I really helped out. Oh, are you talking to me? What? Actually, maybe you should be... There's a chance the culprit is after you after all, so stay alert. Now I'm even more scared. Wait, really? Why would they be after Sato? Well, it just seems to me like that would be the case. Good explanation. Yuza, do you know something we don't? Well, yeah. I can't keep anything hidden from you, so I might as well come out and say it. The truth is, Sato Shiranami here ate mermaid flesh a long time ago and is now an immortal girl. Well, that is not how I imagined bringing this up. Wait, what? Seriously? How did you already know that, Yuza? Was it part of the Tomokazuki vision too? Yeah, something like that. Hold up, wait, I'm not following any of this. You had a Tomokazuki vision? What does that even mean? Yeah, this is a lot to take in. I guess now's a good time to explain everything. What? You ran into Tomokazuki while you were diving and it showed you a vision of a different future? What? Sato ate mermaid flesh and became immortal hundreds of years ago? What? Yeah, the whole thing is pretty bizarre. Funny world we live in, huh? A good one, Yuza. After this, I don't think I can deny any supernatural mystery or cult conspiracy theory ever again. You're really taking all this well, Yuza. This is the wildest thing I've heard all day. And Sato, I always thought you were a little different, but I didn't realize you were straight out of the history books. Yeah, I'm sorry about deceiving you. No, I seriously had no idea. You fit into the modern era so effortlessly. It's all the TV. Well, I watched a lot of TV to learn how to fit in. I love TV. Oh, I get it now. The Tomokazuki is also why you knew about the hand mirrors, right? Exactly. That's why I secretly enlisted Azami's help. I have to thank you again for that, Azami. None of this would have worked out if you hadn't trusted me. I was pretty unconvinced at first, but you were so uncharacteristically serious that I didn't have a choice. Yeah, I really learned an important lesson. The more you joke around, the less likely people are to believe you when you need them to. You wouldn't be you if you weren't messing around. I don't think you need to change a thing. I mean, I may have learned the lesson, but that doesn't mean I was planning on changing. Huh, that's the spirit. Never change, man. Anyway, on a more serious note, Sato is probably being targeted because she's immortal, right? That's totally gotta be it. There's also that thing we found out earlier. Old man Wakamura was close to some rich guy called Unkakudono. He said he'd break the curse of the raging waves, but only if Wakamura handed over Sato. That's right, Mr. Wakamura said it was to protect the islanders. Seriously, I can't believe I didn't notice all this happening. Wait, didn't you already break the curse of the raging waves? So there's no need to give Sato to anyone, right? That's true, but things might be worse now. That rich guy might resort to more drastic measures. Oh, that's a good point. Ugh. So, does that mean I'm still in danger? No, not particularly. You don't have to jump at every little thing. Just because there are no mirrors left doesn't mean we're free and clear, right? Yeah, I somehow doubt Mr. Wakamura had one of those hand mirrors. That means there may be other items with that symbol on them. How am I ever supposed to relax ever again? I think the police will find the culprit while we're hiding in here. I hope so. They're probably searching for him as we speak. Hey, Yuza, I got a question. What's up? Isn't the slashing curse the thing Kikuko tried to use? But she was arrested, right? You don't think she's trying again, do you? Well, I think it's a possibility, yes. But we should probably avoid mentioning her to the others unless we can prove she's involved. You're right, we don't want to scare them any more than we already have. Hey, what are you two whispering about over there? Just some rumors. We don't want to spread stuff we don't actually know is true. Oh? Well, now I'm even more curious. Do you think Tsukasa realized Kikuko might be a suspect in the hand mirror thing? Yeah, she might have. But I don't think she'll say anything, even if she has. You're probably right. I think she gets why we aren't naming names. Okay, I think I've got a better grasp on what's going on. If Sato really is being targeted, we have to do whatever we can to protect her. I agree. We should probably stay up here for a while so no one finds us. I really appreciate everything you guys are doing, but this would all be over if I just gave myself up. Not a chance. I'm not about to let you do anything like that. You have no idea what they do to you. She's right. We won't let anything happen to you, Sato. Huh. What's that? I think someone's outside. This is bad. Someone's coming. Sato, hide. No, wait. I think I know him. Oh, hello. So this is where you've been hiding. You really gave us a fright. You're Mrs. Shiki's assistant, right? Yes, my name is Soda Kiryu. Are you alright, Miss Shiranami? Yes. A man who wishes to harm Miss Shiranami is heading this way. We have very little time. Wait, what? They really are after Sato? It is likely the same person who murdered Mr. Wakamura. We must be prepared to defend ourselves. Okay, is there anything we can do? The man heading this way is one Ikipe Ikoma. He has come from the mainland. According to Mrs. Shiki, he's an 800-year mortal. What? An immortal? Seriously? Another one? It would seem that you are all aware of Miss Shiranami's condition. It seems like almost everyone knows by this point. I see. But if he's already immortal, what does he want with Sato? That remains unclear. But perhaps Miss Shiranami could shed some light on the issue. Do you know anything about this man, Ikoma? No, nothing. In fact, we thought we were being hunted by someone working for a person named Unkakudono. That is correct. Ikoma was indeed one of Unkakudono's subordinates. I knew it! Did you say was? You mean he doesn't work for Unkakudono anymore? Yes, Unkakudono, or rather Yoshiatsu Yamashina, was found dead in his home earlier today. He was apparently murdered by a curse inflicted by Ikoma in precisely the same manner as Mr. Wakamura was killed. What? Yamashina? Huh? That means he can't be looking for Sato on Unkakudono's behalf? Just so. And that makes his motive for seeking Miss Shiranami entirely unclear. Is it possible that this Ikoma person can use cursive without a curse stone? That does appear to be the case. And yet very few people would be capable of wielding a curse powerful enough to inflict mortal wounds without assistance. Is there any chance he stole back his curse stone? No, the curse stone for the curse of Tomoshige is in my possession. In fact, I have it with me now. That bronze mirror is a curse stone? Indeed, this is a separate artifact from the still-tide mirror. It is interesting, however, that both relics were made of bronze mirrors. Ah, that mirror. I'm pretty sure it belonged to Taira no Tomoshige. What? How could you know that? Oh, well... I believe I understand. Yes, it is all clear now. Yeah, it's all coming together. Considering all the information I've gathered thus far, there is a distinct possibility that Kipei Ikoma has actually lived for 800 years and is none other than Taira no Tomoshige. Indeed, 800 years is certainly enough time to accumulate the resentment needed to create a curse. But how could anyone have held fast to such an enmity for centuries? Of course, as the sole inheritor of the entire clan's resentment, the depths of his malice would be overwhelming. Wait, what? I don't get it. What are you saying? There is no time, so I'll give a brief synopsis. We can discuss it in depth at a later time. Okay, let's hear it. All current evidence indicates that the man who is searching for Miss Shiranami, Kipei Ikoma, has been alive for over 800 years. He was known as Taira no Tomoshige during the Heian period, when he likely became an Hydrant-tier immortal. We can assume he gained the ability to wield a curse that launches a slashing attack at a certain symbol via his clan's accumulated resentment. Launches an attack at a certain symbol? So you're saying that symbol was on the mirrors too? That is my current supposition. It would be the same power as that contained within a curse stone. Using that cursed power, Ikoma murdered his ally, Unkakudono, and then proceeded to kill Mr. Wakamura. What a monster. Can't you use your powers to stop him or something? It isn't impossible, but I believe it would be unwise to provoke him any further at the moment. Is there something else we should be worried about? Well, it appears he passed out business cards with the curse symbol written on them to a number of the island residents. He encouraged people to keep them in their pockets, so there is no telling how many people are currently carrying one. Yeah. Even if the curse has an activation range, as long as he's on the island, we have to assume that all those people are at risk. Then he can kill as many people as he wants, whenever he wants. Holy shit, that's insane. We definitely shouldn't provoke him then. The entire island has been taken hostage. Until we do something to remedy the situation, we cannot move against him. What can we even do? We don't have time to find everyone who has a business card right now. Oh, why don't we use the island PA system to tell everyone to throw out the cards? It's possible that Ikoma would hear the broadcast and use the curse before anyone could react. Yeah. I guess that might push him over the edge. There's just not enough time to do anything else. I might have something. Why don't I meet with Ikoma to buy us some time? If I'm the one he's after, I bet he won't curse anyone while I'm talking with him. No way, that's too dangerous. Don't worry, I'm an immortal girl, so nothing can happen to me. But if I'm lucky, I might be able to get him to reveal his intentions or even find some way to handle this. Mr. Kiryu, this might be the best way to buy us some more time. I'm afraid we have little choice, but you must avoid inciting his anger at all costs. I understand. Do not reveal that you know his true identity either, and try to keep him talking for as long as possible. Do not reveal that you know. Don't worry, I'm very good at feigning ignorance. You can call me Deadpan. You can call me Deadpan Mac Pokerface. Nice to meet you, Deadpan. Okay, we'll stay hidden up here for now. Sato, please be careful. I'm going to be as careful as I can be, trust me. We'll find some way to deal with the curse, just don't let Ikoma do anything to you. I know, I believe in you guys. Okay, so I guess I should not have denied going with him. Miss Shiranami is waiting for Ikoma downstairs. There's no sign of him yet, but it's only a matter of time before he arrives. We need to do something about the business cards while she's keeping him busy. Yes, if I go alone, I should be able to make it back to town fairly quickly. I think we can ask people in town for help. Yes, Mrs. Shiki and the others are coming this way, so I should be able to meet them en route. Okay, then we don't have to go it alone. We can ask them for help if need be. What about the two foreigners? They're with Mrs. Shiki too, right? I wasn't aware you knew of them, but yes, they are. Huh? You mean those two tourists? What are they doing with her? The girl is a psychic, she may be able to offer assistance. Whoa, really? Well now, Izami Nakuchi, it would seem you have a plan? Not really. I mean, why would you ask me? Oh, I merely had a hunch. My intuition is telling me that you should look inside yourself for an answer. Inside myself? Do you mean... inside? Wait, surroundings. The mountains of Kamishima are shrouded in darkness. At this very moment, a man named Ikoma is approaching along this path. I doubt he'll be able to find us up here on the roof, but we still need to do something. I mean, I hope he won't be able to, like, sense you. Oh, baby! Nice. 17. Can do toucan. Nice. Oh, and this one I think I found during my last diving, not on recording. Gallon Roses. This is it, do or die time. I've been trying not to think about it, but ever since I met the Tomokazuki this afternoon, I can't help feeling like some all-knowing entity is somehow directing my movements. I guess I'll refer to them as the Tomokazuki for now. Somehow being led along like this isn't an unpleasant feeling, it actually feels perfectly natural to just go along with it. If anything, the Tomokazuki's choices have helped us miraculously avoid many crises so far. That's why I feel like their knowledge will help us overcome the situation too. But maybe that's just wishful thinking? Still, I'm almost positive the Tomokazuki can hear what I'm thinking right now. It's me, I'm the Tomokazuki. Of course I know him, he's me. If they are listening, maybe they can give us a sign so we know what to do next. I somehow feel like reassessing what I know about everyone will help me find an answer. Reassessing what I know about everyone? What do you mean? She's racking her brain to think of a way to deal with the curse. Now that I think about it, Tsukasa reacted oddly to that information earlier. I feel like I might have some idea what's going on with her because of the Tomokazuki's vision. Maybe I could use that somehow? Sorry, hold on a minute, the gears are all turning full tilt right now. Okay... Asami's trying his best to think of a way to stop the curse too. It's nice to know I'm not dealing with all this alone. Just realizing that gives me hope. Can I make sure I'm on the right page about the curse and its conditions and all that? Sure. Okay, so Ikoma has a curse that uses a certain symbol as a target for slashing attack, right? And we're in a bad way because he gave a bunch of people business cards with that symbol on it. Yep, he can kill the islanders whenever he wants. Okay, and now we don't have time to collect them all, and if we make an announcement about the cards, Ikoma will hear it and use the curse. So what are we supposed to do here? We don't have any time. Yeah, that's the problem. Our only way out of this is a supernatural solution. Okay. I wonder what kind of abilities a professional psychic has. Well, no, Yuza, it would seem you have a plan. Well, let's say we do. Jesus Christ, I got it. Probably. Really? We don't, but fake it till you make it. Yuza, before you tell us your idea, allow me to impart a warning. Okay. Whatever you tell us, I'm going to trust your judgment and carry out your plan immediately. As things stand, we simply have no time to weigh the options or consider other avenues. You understand? You can only choose once, and there is no leeway for unnecessary steps. Wow, no pressure then. Now, lay out the entire plan, who to ask and what to ask of them. Oh boy, can I save? Just in case. Choose which of these individuals to enlist and what to have them do. Could I fool around? Enact purification. Oh, do I just like choose everyone? Choose an action for everyone? I mean, she can do laundry. Okay, I don't know if it's like limited. I mean, he... Oh, he would be useful. Shagan or Feast of Shadows? Wasn't... Shagan or Feast of Shadows? Shagan, see the face of a diseased. Will create a domain in which the potency and range of certain types of spiritual abilities are increased. Only effective at night. One piece. Then I think Feast of Shadows? Are we gonna... We're gonna try and use a curse against... a curse? I honestly don't know what else... from dowsing... I feel like we're preparing for some, like, fight. And use a... Okay, couldn't choose confirm now. Collect cards, pilot the boat. He can run, collect cards. Use inheritance. I don't know, I'm just gonna use everyone for something. Consult with husband. Do housework. I mean, this is not really gonna do anything. Use vision ability. Flee to Tokyo. I have no idea what I'm doing. Write manuscript. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yes, all of them can do something. Very well, that's 9 in total. That's a plan. Sounds like you need me on the case. If it helps set things right, I'll do whatever I can. You've got a job for me too, let me at it. I will now go apprise the people not here to what you need them to do. Yes, please tell my grandma she needs to do laundry. At the same time, I also fulfill my own role in the plan. That said, I'm unsure as to whether I will have sufficient time to relay the plan to all these individuals. Okay. Very well, I'll enact the plan as soon as you give me the word. If all goes well, Ikoma's curse should have no effect. This is not gonna work, is it? Don't worry, we'll go back. I saved, okay? What, you selfish little brat? I'll make you regret that choice. Yeah, I'm sorry, can I go back? Can I choose that? Let's see how long the defiance of yours holds out. Can I go back? Change my answer, please. Well, Tomoshige's curse was unleashed. In an instant, several islanders carrying Kipei's business cards collapsed and died. I didn't see it happen, but from the sound of his voice I knew he wasn't bluffing. Oh, what have I done? I made the wrong choice. Yes, I know, okay? No need to rub it in. There was no way to fight the curse. I should have just done as Tomoshige's. Well, he said it later, okay? That's not fair. Even if I went to the rooftop now and told those waiting there to warn the others to destroy the business cards. Tomoshige would likely never allow me to, and even if he did. In the time it'd take them to destroy the cards, he'd just keep pressing me for an answer, all while killing more and more people. There really was no way to fight him. I started thinking that if I gave in now, maybe I could still save a few lives. Before I knew it, I was saying the words out loud, telling that merciless man I'd obey and begging him to stop, apologizing for my tears. And so, before our time finally ran out, we sank to the bottom of Issa Bay, fading into foam upon the sea. As the curse that had sustained us for 8 centuries at last began to unravel, I felt my senses slipping away. Beside me, Tomoshige drifted in silence, his face calm, almost childlike. I stared at his smile as he slowly faded away. Yet as the darkness closed in, only an endless burning hatred was left in me as my consciousness faded into nothingness. Oh no, she's gonna leave a curse behind. Tyranno Tomoshige's desire. Ending 4. Is this the second ending we got? Right? Because we got 1, it was just... What one ending did we get? Oh, it was just the one ending where like all the original plan, right, like works. And Kuhiko like kills almost everyone and yada yada yada. Forgive me. Okay, so that was 4. I won't be able to spend the next 800 years with you. Storyteller? Don't yell at me. It would seem things haven't quite turned out the way you hoped. Yeah. Unable to stop the curse of Kipei Koma, or should I say, Tyranno Tomoshige, you allowed more victims to fall to his curse. Not willingly, okay? In the end, Satoshi Anami had no choice but to perish alongside Tomoshige. Now then, what could have been done differently? Many things. It appears you chose the right people, but you also included a few unnecessary ones that may have cost you precious time. Yeah, okay, no. Next time it might be best to limit your choices to only those who are truly essential. In addition, if you think about what those business cards are made of, you might just find someone with the right kind of ability. And so for now, this path has come to an end. You'll be returned to the story chart. Can Cersei, because since on the business card there's Kipei Ikoma's name, can Cersei use her ability to like just make butterflies and like return them all to Ikoma then? Okay, let's see. She can use Shikigami. That was a good hint actually. We can go diving? Because what would we be purifying? I don't know, don't laugh at me. Use Feast of Shadows to make this stronger, what she's gonna be doing? I don't know, use Inheritance for something. Pilot the boat. I don't think we need anyone else. Do this. See what happens. Okay, so Shikigami. Feast of Shadows to enhance her ability. Come on. Hell yeah. Nice. Conclusion. Yuza comes up with a plan to prevent Kipei Ikoma's curse and entrusts it to Sudokiryu. Now for the moment of truth. Huh, 2 or 3 people died from that curse just now. I hope you're happy with yourself. No. Tell you what, if you snivel and weep and beg my forgiveness, I'll let you off easy. Huh? Oh? Something's off. Could this mean they found a way to stop the curse? Yeah, it's the butterflies. Oh, that's so cool. So the business cards. What the fuck? Paper butterflies? Oh, I still can't believe what I'm seeing. Those cards actually turned to butterflies and started flopping around. Turning a bunch of business cards into a swarm of shikigami. Then you could think of something that out there, user. I figured if you could turn a piece of paper with someone's name written on it into a shikigami, business cards would work just as well. And since Mr. Kiryu was able to extend the effect to cover the entire island, I was sure it would work, but it's still a relief to see I was right. It was a great idea. Now all we have to do is track down those cards and leave the rest up to Mr. Kiryu and his powers. What? Stop right there. Stop, in the name of the law. Now that your curse is useless, I have no reason to hold back any longer. Wow. Taira no Tomoshige, I hereby place you under arrest. That fucking hurts, screw you. Osato, how dare you toy with me, you fucking bitch. Sorry, thanks for the offer and all, but I'd rather you died alone. Curse you, how could you do this to me, Osato? Why? Come along quietly, I'm warning you, it will be worse for you if you don't. Fuck, damn it. Sato, you... I mean, he's still like... doesn't have much time left, so... And so Kipiko was arrested and the last of the calamities threatening Kamishima was averted. Both Mr. Kiryu and Mrs. Shiki thanked us again and again. They seemed truly grateful for everything we had done, including putting an end to the curse of the raging waves. Azami seemed pretty pleased with himself, even though he brushed it off as only natural for us islanders to defend our home. Apparently, the Coast Guard is on its way to assist with the investigation into Mr. Wakamura's death. Mrs. Shiki and Mr. Kiryu are planning to use the Coast Guard's boat to escort Ikoma to the mainland. Speaking of Ikoma, it seems he's accepted his fate and confessed to everything. I mean, he doesn't have much time left, he's about to freaking die anyway. His true identity is Taira Tomoshige, a member of the Heike who gained immortality 800 years ago. And while he didn't actually name any names, Kikuko was under house arrest after plotting to use her curse to commit murder, is going to be escorted off the island with him. Before Mrs. Shiki and her assistant departed, they summoned me for a private word. Huh, you want me to join the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Nice. It was Soda's suggestion, actually. He's quite impressed with everything you achieved. And I'm all for it. It will make it easier for you to keep your immortality a secret. Maybe even put it to good use. Oh, wait, are you saying you'll send me into dangerous situations just because I can't die? I mean, that's valid, you know. You know, I actually hadn't thought of that, but it's not a bad idea. I think not, ma'am. That would make it impossible to keep his identity a secret. I know, I was just kidding. A shame, though. I heard that. Even so, Yuza, this would require rigorous training to help you harness and control your psychic abilities. The offer only stands if you are prepared to put yourself through that, and it won't be easy. Still, seeing as you'd be under our surveillance, you'd be able to go about your life with a little more freedom. Seems to me that's not a bad deal for someone in your position, all things considered. So, what do you say? Well, I agree, right? What happens if I refuse? Will you arrest me? Well, we do have you to thank for wrapping up our investigations here. So if you'd prefer a quiet life in Kamishima, we'll turn a blind eye and leave you be. But just so we're clear, at the first sign of you being on the move, we'll be on our way over here to take you away. Okay, I understand. In that case, I'm going to need some time to think this over. Would that be alright? Really? I thought it'd be an easy decision. But I suppose there's plenty of time. Just contact me when you've made up your mind. Oh, before I forget, there's something else I've been meaning to ask you. Yes? The funny thing is, I wasn't planning on coming to Kamishima at all today. Then out of nowhere, I changed my mind. That wasn't your doing, was it? Ha, what do you mean? See, I kept getting the feeling I was being watched or even manipulated. Especially this morning when I changed plans and set out for Kamishima. It didn't feel like my decision somehow. It was almost as if someone was guiding us here. Oh, actually, I felt something similar to that as well. I thought it was the Tomokazuki doing it since it only started happening after that encounter. But why would you think it was me? I don't know, something about it reminded me of you, like it was close to you or something. Close to me? Anyway, it seems I was wrong. I'm not sure what else it could be, unless I'm possessed by a spirit or something. That is out of the question. If either of you were possessed, I would be the first to know. Given that even I cannot perceive the origin of the sensation, it must be something truly extraordinary. The thing is, I also get the feeling that we have this mysterious watcher to thank for everything turning out the way it did. Oh, it's okay, it's fine. It was a pleasure. Right? That's how it seemed to me too. Well, whatever it was, I can't sense it anymore, so I suppose there's no use worrying over it now that the situation has been resolved. True. And that's where we left it. But then... What? There's more? We bumped into Shotaro, who seemed to be on the verge of a mental breakdown after hearing about his father's death. Yeah, I guess that still happened, huh? He had already heard about the arrest of the culprit, a man named Ikoma. However, it quickly became apparent that it wasn't the grief that was weighing on him so heavily. Shotaro, I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to help you through this, okay? Help me through this? What do you think, I'm sad or something? Spare me your inane comments. I didn't mean to upset you. Shotaro, could you calm down? It's not like you to shout like that. As if you plebeians could understand my troubles. But since you're here, Sato, pack your belongings, get out. I won't have you in the house any longer. Wait, what? You're immortal, aren't you? You're not even human, it's disgusting. As for what we discussed this afternoon, you can just forget about it. Now that the old man's gone, I have no obligation to care for you. You are a plague upon this island, and I hope I never see your face again. Then I guess there's nothing left to say. What gives, Shotaro? Why are you being so horrible all of a sudden? Does he have a curse stone? Yes, Shotaro, you're being a real jerk. Did you have to go that far? Shut it. I can't afford to be nice anymore, not that I expect you to understand that. You have no idea what it means to inherit my old man's legacy. Pretty sure it means you're lucky. He was loaded, wasn't he? Shows what you know. Let me tell you something about my old man. Okay, he was good at what he did, but reckless. He racked up heavy debts, walking a fine line between huge payouts and total ruin. All his successes were a combination of killer luck and sheer cunning, making his shoes almost impossible to fill. Not only that, but he had his fingers in a lot of shady pies, from loan sharking to land speculating, that kept him just this side of the law. Whoa, really? Taking over for him means shouldering all of those risks myself, and if I can't cut it, it's a one-way street to bankruptcy. That's what the old man saddled me with. It's all up to me now, and there's no way out. Shotaro, isn't turning the inheritance down an option? Are you out of your mind? If I did that, I'd have nothing left. And after the upbringing I've had, I couldn't handle being poor. My god, damn it all, what am I to do? Hey, Shotaro, if it helps, I sorta get how you feel. You? What could an impoverished nobody like you possibly understand? Oh boy. Well, you see, I'm kinda in the same boat. What are you saying? Oh yeah, Unkakodono is dead. You're talking about that thing you found out about today, huh? Yeah, I guess Shotaro's the only one I haven't told yet, so it turns out. Tsukasa repeated her story, which we had heard earlier that day. When the Coast Guard arrived to investigate Mr. Wakamura's death, a detective from the prefectural police accompanied them and requested a meeting with Tsukasa. The officer announced that the Taikunu Yoshiatsu Yamashina, alias Unkakudono, had passed away and that his will had just been unsealed. It stated as follows: I, Yoshiatsu Yamashina, hereby bequeath all my assets to Tsukasa Wao of Kamishima. An official notice would be sent to her at a later date, but the officer had thought it best to give Tsukasa a chance to prepare herself ahead of time. Huh, curious. As soon as she heard the news, Tsukasa's mother let out a whoop and raised her arms in a victory pose. She made quite a spectacle, jumping for joy and shouting things like "Take that" and "Jackpot" and "I knew he'd pay off sooner or later." Shocked and confused at this previously unseen side of her mother, Tsukasa had bolted from the house without a backwards glance. What? You mean to tell me that you are going to inherit Yamashina's estate? All of it? It's a mystery to me as well. He was like, really famous, right? I can't wrap my head around it. What was he thinking, leaving all that to me? Ah, it's too much. She's mocking him, isn't she? His total assets add up to something like 5 billion yen. At least that's what I was told. I can't even imagine it. You don't say. No one's given me a chance to turn it down, but I don't know how to handle this. Still, he did try to kidnap Sato, and who knows what other shady stuff he was up to. Can't help feeling I should take responsibility. Tsukasa, are you seriously gonna accept? I guess so, I feel so lost, but I mean, if Shotaro's in the same boat... Well, it's a big deal, you'll become a millionaire overnight. You'll be like a celebrity. You won't have time for us little people anymore, huh? Huh, I don't want that. If I can't hang out with you guys, I'm turning it down. No, Tsukasa, the inheritance is yours, as it should be. There's nothing to fear. I'll help you. You mean it? I'd be super grateful, but... He's just in it for the money. Of course, I've always known you were a clever girl. Oh, shut the fuck up. You'll have no trouble handling Yamashina's estate. In fact, why don't we be partners? You can be my girl, my fiancé. Oh boy. What the hell, man? You can just pop the question out of nowhere like that. Yeah, and just a second ago he was calling her nobody. Onkakudo was one of my old man's backers. I'm sure it would be easier to manage our estates if we combine our wealth. Oh, but I do not agree. Come now, there's no need to be coy. I know you're fond of me, Tsukasa. Not anymore after what you were fucking saying. How did you know? What? You warned me. How could I miss the heat of your gaze? I am not so unfeeling as you suppose. Besides, the feeling's mutual. You've grown into an attractive young woman. Don't think I haven't noticed. You have. Oh, this is all too much. Do not. This is our chance, don't you think? We've known each other for so long. There can be no doubt we're a match made in heaven. See, I told you about the stupid fucking collars that douchebags wear them like this. Oh gosh, what should I do? I don't know anymore. My mind's gone blank. This is just too much. I need some time to think. There's nothing to think about. He's a fucking douchebag. Tsukasa, wait up. Huh, even your blush is adorable. I'll be waiting. Don't disappoint me. Can he kick his ass? That's enough, Shotaro. You've taken this way too far. Do you have any idea how much Tsukasa cares for you? Her feelings for you are real. I understand her feelings perfectly. Better yet, I reciprocate them. Don't tell me you have an objection. You bet I do. You're just using her. Anyone can see that. The timing's way too convenient. If you go through with this, you'll just end up hurting her, you heartless jerk. Not only are your manners lacking, but your wits as well. You're mistaken. My feelings for her are genuine. Sure, you liar. You look like you were drowning till you found out about her inheritance. There's no way someone as selfish as you could make Tsukasa happy. I suggest you drop this. Frankly, it does not concern you. Azami. Must I spell it out for you? This is between Tsukasa and myself. Keep your nose out of it. God damn it. I knew he was a dick. Well, now that we understand each other, I'll take my leave. Fucking... And off he went. And then... Later, Tsukasa called us together saying she needed to talk to us tonight. We decided to meet up here. The police investigation was in full swing in the town center and around Wakamura's residence, but out in the bay, everything was quiet. You okay now, Tsukasa? Kinda. Some lawyer wants me to go meet him day after tomorrow. But I'm not even sure what I want to do yet, and honestly, I'm still in shock over what happened earlier. Tsukasa, don't rush this, okay? You shouldn't make a big decision like this till you feel ready. This is about your future, no one else's. You gotta think it over carefully and do what's best for you. Azami, you're right. Thanks for worrying about me. But I didn't call you guys out here to talk about that. Sato, there's something I've gotta know. Oh, okay. What is it? See, I overheard a bit of what went down with Ikoma when I was up on the roof earlier. You've been alive for 800 years, right? And sounded like your lifespan must be coming to an end pretty soon. Was that for real? Yeah. Sorry. I didn't know how to tell you. So it's true? Yeah, I don't remember anything from that far back, but I've always known for how long I had left. Seriously, then how long? Like a day? Yeah, I think tomorrow might be my last day. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow night. This body of mine will fade away like a spray of seafoam. Why didn't you say something? There's so little time left. Isn't there anything we can do to delay it? Come on, please tell me there's some way to change this. What? We don't have the other option. I wish I could say otherwise, but... there's nothing we can do. Unless if we get the Tomo tobacco from Avi and then put the Mermaid scale, then we can like make her, like add another 800 years to her lifespan or something. Because we can still go back and do that. Like get the tobacco and the scale. No, I don't want to say goodbye. Please don't leave us, Sato. And it must have some freaking effect on the story. Sato, Tsukasa. Some other ending or something. Please, there's no need for tears, Tsukasa. The truth is, I'm content with this. You are? I am. 400 years ago, I became a sacrifice to protect everyone from the curse. And now, not only is the curse of the Raging Waves broken, but so many other problems have been resolved as well. Like with the mermaids and Tomoshiga. After all this time, everything is finally settled. Kamashima is finally safe. It's a happy ending. Thanks to you guys, I fulfilled the purpose of this long life I was cursed with. It actually meant something, and for that, I can't thank you enough. Stop it, Sato, that's not true. Huh? All of that is just stuff you got mixed up in. You never asked for any of it. So don't say you fulfilled your purpose. This isn't a happy ending at all. You shouldn't have had to go through any of those things. None of it was your responsibility. Sato, from the moment you were made and immortal, you've just been used. She's right, Sato, you deserve a way better life than that. If all you've done is get dragged into Tomoshiga's schemes in time and time again, that's just too sad. Look, be honest with yourself. Are you really content? What about your happiness, Sato? My happiness? After being forced to live for centuries, this can't be how you wanted things to end. You haven't had a chance to do anything for yourself. She watched a lot of TV. If you don't get to live happily, at least for a little while, after all you've been through, it'd be so unfair. I couldn't stand it. Thanks, Tsukasa. You're the best friend I could ask for. Aww. But when I said I was content, I meant it. I really am. I was never supposed to live in this modern age. When I gave my life to end the curse, I thought that would be it. But it wasn't. I got to experience a time unlike anything I'd ever known and meet so many people. Every day has been a whirlwind of activity. Above all, I've made some really good friends who care for me so much they'll even cry for me. I had so much fun these past few months. I can't even begin to describe it. It's a miracle. I've been happier than I ever thought possible. So I have no regrets. Seriously. Sato. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so powerless. I just wish I could do something for you. Me too. I'm sorry, Sato. If I'd only known. I've been so wrapped up in my own problems. You know, I've always been the one left behind. I've never had anyone grieve for me. Turns out it's a pretty nice feeling. Being in the center of attention suits me just fine. Don't hold back now. Huh, jeez, Sato. Only you could say something like that at a time like this. Sato, Yes? I'm so sorry. Seriously, I feel so bad. I wish I could have... Yuza. Oh, I didn't know you were such a crybaby, Yuza. Come on, can't you be your usual goofy self? I could really use a laugh. You guys feel that bad, huh? Then I guess you'll just have to make it up to me. For starters, you'd better keep our promise to hang out tomorrow. And I expect you to enjoy every last second to the fullest. Do that, and I guess I'll forgive you. Sato. You're leaving the island tomorrow anyway, right, Tsukasa? Yeah, probably. Then no more tears. If we can have just one more day of fun, spend one more day together like we always have, nothing would make me happier. Sounds to me like you're letting us off easy. So you think, but I'm counting on you to help me override all those bad memories with a bunch of happy ones. It'll be a busy day. Sato. Right, then that's what we'll do. Yeah, you can count on us. Dozens of happy memories coming right up. Hey, Yuza, quit moping already. That was your cue. If ever there was a time for one of your oddball jokes, it's right now. I know. That night we stayed out in the bay, talking and swapping stories until the sun came up. But there was a rule. We had to answer any questions Sato asked us, honestly, without hiding anything. Which meant that gasps and chuckles inevitably followed each new reveal. We chatted for hours, without once running out of things to share. We talked about the past, the future, our dreams, everything in our hearts. And throughout it all, Sato couldn't stop smiling. As for me, I was determined to etch every detail of Sato Shiranami into my memory. Every word and gesture, every expression on her face. Cute. Aww. So I guess true ending, or at least the actual ending. Good ending, kinda. Although again, I think if we go back for the Tomo Tobacco or whatever the box is called and the Mermaid scale, we can unlock the other dialogue option with Yuza. Good job, Square Enix. Amazing fucking job. And then we can probably expand Sato's lifespan. And then the night after our meeting, Sato took a boat and went out into the bay alone, saying that she didn't want any of us to see her disappear. That was the last we saw of her, before she abandoned her transient form to the gentle waves and left this world behind for good. However, before she departed, she told us her final wish, and I vowed to carry it in my heart throughout the centuries that lay ahead as my own personal curse, impossible to dispel. It was a simple wish, in Sato's own words. Remember me until your last breath. Well, for Yuza that's gonna be a long time. Ending 5, Sato Shiranami's curse. I mean, at least this felt like a satisfactory ending. Yes, storyteller? What do you think? You've done well to make it this far. I applaud your efforts. Here ends the tale that has been painstakingly woven over the past 800 years on Kameshima of Ise Bay. Thanks to you, peace has descended upon the island once more. For that, you have my sincerest gratitude. While a few sacrifices may have been made along the way, we must content ourselves with the fact that they were within permissible limits. Now, while our story does end here, if its conclusion does not sit quite right with you, you may wish to explore possibilities that would result in a different outcome. On the other hand, I could simply tell you what the missing pieces are if you prefer. No. I'll do it on my own. I had a feeling you might say that. My apologies for making such an undignified proposal. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. I shall take my leave of you now, until next we meet. Okie dokes. So let's check out the Barbies. Still have 5 missing. Curious. Okay. Ordinarily bright and cheerful, she says nothing as darkness clouds her features. Even she can hide her concerns now the strain becomes so dire. Okay, I thought I could avoid speaking to her, but I don't know if I can hold back anymore. Okay, this is actually, I had to look up that there's one recollection missing. Okay. So let's go back to the story chart. Okay, now it's gone. Let's check out this one. About 2 months after waking up on Kameshima and being taken in, Sato Shiranami goes to the roof of the Kantekisho ruins for some time alone. Two months have passed since I washed up on this island. 400 years elapsed while I was locked away under the sea, but I managed to adjust to modern life somehow. Although, sometimes I wonder why I bothered. Surroundings. So quiet on the roof of the Kantekisho. I'm alone, but for the wind rustling in the trees, the distant roar of the tide. It feels so good to have this view all to myself, to just let the soft sea breeze carry me away. It's a perfect spot for someone who wants as little to do with others as possible. But yesterday someone came up here and ruined everything. Yes, we know. Yuza ruined everything. I was a little worried at first, but I've adapted pretty smoothly to modern civilization. The fact that I only have vague memories of my life from 400 years ago probably helped a bit. I still don't really understand how ships and cars move by themselves or how electrical appliances and lights and things work. That's not really an issue, to be honest. I know how to use them, and that's what counts. Most people who are born in the modern era could tell you that fridges keep stuff cold, but not exactly how they do it. It's actually pretty easy to get by if you can just accept that not knowing everything in detail is normal. Besides, it doesn't seem like life has changed that much for the fishermen who live on this remote island. Apparently, the big cities have greatly evolved, with water and sewage systems as well as subways. Waking up there would have been a lot more confusing. I really do love being alone. It's so calming. Yeah. I have a good reason to isolate myself on this island. Soon, my life will be over. I probably have less than a month left. Whoever sealed me away seems to have had some kindness in them at least. They allowed me to spend my last moments as myself, alive. But I can hardly feel grateful. How much living can you really do in a few months, a few weeks? That girl Tsukasa Awa is always hanging around me, but I try to keep my feelings in check and act as cold as possible. Getting too close will only make things harder when it all has to end. I like to joke and laugh with them, spend time talking about our favorite TV series and stuff like that. Especially with Tsukasa. The way she reacts to things is so funny, it's really hard not to laugh and play along. I have to try so hard to keep my feelings under control. Cheerful conversations will only become painful memories for her later. And since running out into the woods and living alone isn't appealing, I just have to play my role as the unfriendly loner till the time comes for me to disappear. Just one more month. One more month of coasting along without making waves. But watching TV every day, learning more and more about the modern world, there's so much fun to be had. Pretending otherwise actually hurts. Humanity has prospered. In the past, the common folk were preoccupied with surviving each day. Now, almost anyone can eat delicious food and sleep in a warm bed without having to toil day and night. People have time, freedom, entertainment. It's wonderful. I wish I had time to enjoy it all. Get on an airplane, maybe even fly to Tokyo. But there's not much chance of that, not with the time I have left. Still, I really wish I could try one of those game consoles that you can hook up to the TV. You can play different games by switching cartridges according to what they say on TV. Those consoles are so popular that it's hard even to find one. Not that I'm in a position to make demands, of course. All I can do is look at the pictures in the magazines and dream about them. If I had a game console, I bet I'd play it all day. Yeah, but you also have to work, which sucks. Anyway, there's no point in wishing for too much. I'm just grateful to be able to spend my days this way. It's all thanks to Akamura. He's just let me watch TV for my last remaining month. That's not too much to ask, is it? Anyway, I shouldn't let my guard down. I've got to keep myself in line. No extravagances. I just got to gently drift along and not rock the boat. At least, that was the plan. And yet, when speaking to him yesterday, I got completely carried away. I'm still mad at myself about it. Next time I'll be more careful. Cool as a cucumber. Wait. Next time. Oh well. Yuzami Nakuchi. Something about him makes me lose my cool completely. Ooh. It's probably the shock of finding out that he's immortal too. Yeah, that must be it. Or it's love. And maybe being immortals puts us on a different wavelength from other people. That could be why I'm drawn to him. He seemed quite young. He can't have been immortal long, but to think mermaids are still around even now. Wait a moment. I wonder if he knows I'm an immortal too. I hope not. If he does, it puts my peaceful life at risk. I'd better make sure he knows how to keep his mouth shut. I have to talk to Yuzami Nakuchi again. Ugh, finding him is sure gonna be a hassle. Maybe he's here now? Hello? I have to talk to Yuza again. Okay. Yes. Jesus fuck. Why does that actually fucking scare me? Hello. Wish he'd wipe that look off his face as if he's indifferent. I bet he's secretly proud of himself for being the one to startle me this time. For sure. You came back? So you're here too, huh? Did I startle you? Yep. Of course you did. Anyone would get a fright when someone sneaks up on them like that. Now you know exactly how I felt. You're right. Guess I deserved that. Never mind that now. There's something I wanted to ask you. There's something I need to tell you too, but you go first. So I was thinking about what you said yesterday, about that pretty rough thing, and it occurred to me. Could you by any chance be an immortal girl? What? I didn't know it was that obvious. Huh, I knew it. Something about you was just different. So I'm an immortal boy and you're an immortal girl. Don't put it like that. Why not? That's what we look like. And it sounds better than people who became immortal by eating mermaid flesh. Besides, going by our actual ages or something would just get confusing. I guess that makes sense. Right, you might as well call yourself that too. Alright, I will. Anyway, as it turns out, I want to talk about the same thing. You knew you were immortal, didn't you? Yep, found out just recently, in fact. I got swept out to sea and survived against all odds. That's when I remembered being saved by a mermaid 5 years ago, and it all started to make sense. Wait, saved? By a mermaid? From what? Well, I had no idea. I hadn't even heard an incident like that occurred 5 years ago. And in the sea just south of Kamishima too. No one really talks about it anymore. So, a mermaid saved you and made you an immortal boy. Right, that's my best guess anyway. Not that I understand why a mermaid would go out of her way to rescue me. Anyway, I'm just happy I can finally talk to someone about this. There's still so much I don't understand. Since we're here, do you mind if I ask you some questions? That's fine, but I need you to promise me one thing. Never tell anyone about me being an immortal girl. Easy, I'd prefer people didn't know about me either. Good. I'd have had to kill you otherwise, so thanks for sparing me the trouble. You know, you're a lot tougher than I thought you'd be. Anyway, done. I swear on my life. Or lives. Wow, look at you making immortal jokes. You modern kids or something else. Honestly, it just came out. He's just so smooth like that. So, what did you want to ask me? Oh, right. How long does this immortal thing last? Is it really forever? 800 years. No more, no less. Wow, 800 years. That's a really solid number. Precisely. Good luck for the next 795. What am I, some fine wine? I need more than luck. That's 8 whole centuries we're talking about. Yeah, it's pretty rough, like I said. I could tell you had a long time left. Being immortal for so long must give you an amazing intuition. Oh, and just checking, but is there any way to undo our immortality? No, there isn't. You're not human anymore, and there's no way to become human again now that your human body is long gone. Ugh, I knew it. By the way, how long have you been alive? This is my 800th year. I only have a month left. What? Really? It's a long story, but I've kind of been out of the game for the past 400 years. Now my life is almost over. 400 years is a long, long time. Only 1 month. You're way older than I imagined. So, is there anything I need to be careful of? What do you mean? Well, seeing as I'm stuck in this immortal body, is there anything I should avoid? Oh, right. If you fall into a deep fissure or a pit of lava, you'll keep dying over and over, so don't do that. Yikes, that sounds terrifying. Avoid lava. Got it. That's about it. I don't actually remember all that much. I guess that's how it is. Oh, and it'll get messy if people find out, so try to keep a low profile. You'll probably have to find somewhere new to live every few decades. That'll help you avoid suspicion. Living in the same place for too long is dangerous, huh? Oh, but it won't be easy living anonymously with the family registry system. You used to just be able to show up in a new place and start making a living. People did that all the time, but nowadays... Yeah, but it's way more difficult to move around than it used to be. Sounds real rough. Good luck with that. Great, thanks. The next day. Oh, they're just meeting up there again? Not again, are you going to come here every day? It's his spot. It's not like I have anything better to do. Yeah, me neither. You know, you're the one who started showing up at my favorite place. I like it too. I have just as much right to be here as you do. Besides, it's such a nice spot. Yeah, I get that. You said before that you come here to think. What do you think about? Stuff like what sort of work I could do. Oh, are you unemployed? Obviously, someone with a job wouldn't spend their mornings staring at the sea. Not everyone's lucky enough to have a cushy life, eating free food and watching TV all day. Listen, can we cut this out? It seems utterly pointless to knock each other down every 5 seconds. True, I guess we can call it truce. Hey. Is living for so long hard? It's definitely not a stable life. It can be really hard at times. But that's true whether you're immortal or not, isn't it? At least you don't have to worry about starving to death anymore. Even if you get sick or injured, dying will fix it. I've never actually struggled that much because of my immortality, to be honest. Oh, is it really that easy? I mean, what if you really want to die and you just can't? Do you want to die? Well, not now. But maybe if I live long enough, I'll change my mind. Oh. When you said you got swept out to sea before, was that because you... Damn, I thought you were a super chill boy, but I guess you're a sensitive boy too. Seems that way. I was just as surprised as you to find that out. Go on then, what happened? Talk to your elder immortal. Geez, so they blamed your mother for the disaster 5 years ago and even shined you because of it? Guess you mustn't have been keen to come back here then. I didn't want my Gran or Azami to have to worry about me. It was a moment of weakness that pulled me back here, I guess. I'm not really sure. Regardless, I need to live as quietly as possible and stay out of everyone's way now. And that's why you come up here to be alone, huh? Well, I know how you feel. It's the same for me. And the day after. Wait, so you were sealed in an underwater cave for 400 years? Yeah, there was a reason for it, to keep something from happening, but I don't remember what it was. But I'm awake now, so that must mean it's okay, whatever it was. Jeez, that must have been terrible. Pretty noble of me, wouldn't you say? If you wanted to worship me, I wouldn't say no. Sure. So, this Azami Kumoi guy looks out for you, huh? Yeah, he's a really good guy. Too good for me, definitely. Honestly, I don't think I could survive on this island without his help. And yet you haven't told him you're immortal. No, I doubt he'd believe me. Besides, if he started avoiding me or something, I'd have nothing left. I don't think I could keep going. Not that you can die. True. Several days later. I see, so you've been acting cold because you don't have much time left, huh? I understand, saying goodbye to people you care about isn't easy. Yeah, exactly. And when you live as long as we do, you have to say goodbye to so many people. Come to think of it, being immortal sounds pretty rough. Well, it does mean saying goodbye a lot. You can see why some people see immortality as a kind of punishment, or hell itself. There have been immortals who became so overcome with despair that they turned their backs on the world and devoted themselves to religion. Like Yao Bekuni, so that's where that story comes from. But, you know, as far as I can remember, I've never felt like this existence was hell. Really. Yep, for those 400 years before I was sealed away, I just lived out my life. If you ask me, not everyone's cut out to be immortal. It's like anything else, really. Some people have what it takes, others don't. So what, you were just a natural immortal? Yep, it's like I was born for it. I see, there really is something for everyone. But I guess emotionally maturing to match the fact that you're 817 years old wasn't for you, though. You noticed? I'm self-conscious about that. Oh, sorry. Anyway, it takes talent to live for centuries without seeming to age a day. True, I wish I had that talent too. I'm jealous. I hope I'll be able to look at it the same way. Are you scared? Huh? Are you scared of being alone for the next 800 years? Well, yeah, that's part of it. It's also just hard to imagine myself living in the future. Makes sense. I probably would have been scared too if I'd known from the start that I had 8 whole centuries ahead of me. But I reckon it'll be okay. You might even surprise yourself. You think so? Yeah, you're a lot like me in some ways, so I think you might just be cut out for this immortal life. Huh. Are we alike? I hadn't noticed. Sure we are, like how you start playing the fool when you're embarrassed. You've got me there. See? And remember when we first met? We started talking like we were old friends right off the bat. True, I remember thinking it was funny how I didn't feel awkward at all. I rest my case. If you've got the knack for it, another 795 years will feel like nothing. Blink and you'll miss it. Like nothing. I don't know if I wanted to go by that fast. Exactly, in the end you might not even feel like it was enough. Maybe your last words will be, I know I've lived 800 years, but come on, give me another few centuries. I get it now. Hmm? You really are good at being immortal. So good you still don't want to die. Huh. You've only got 1 month before your lifespan ends. You must be scared too. You've never despaired once at being immortal, until now. Hmm? You're not wrong there. I mean, I lost 400 years. So I'm not nearly done with life yet. I want to keep living more than anything. Of course I'm scared. I can understand that. It's not like you're on your deathbed and being given 1 month left to live. You're as healthy as can be. So maybe it's time you stopped worrying. What do you mean? Since you don't have long left, why not spend the rest of your lifespan having fun? Live it out to the fullest. If you do the best you can with the time you have left, you might even feel satisfied with the life you've led. In the end. Wow, I don't know why I didn't think of that. What if I get close to anyone? It'll only hurt them when I die. Yeah, but I mean, you could just let them mourn you. You've had to that plenty of times, right? I guess I could be forgiven for being a little selfish in my old age. Exactly. If it helps, consider yourself forgiven. Does that mean you'll mourn me when I disappear? Of course I will. From the bottom of my heart. Aw, really now? That might just make me happy. Good, then here's the plan. You're going to have as much fun as possible, starting tomorrow. Tsukasa's coming back for the holidays too, by the way. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to hang out with you. She wanted to be your friend, you know? Oh, I'm liking the sound of this more and more. I wanted to be her friend too, because this is my chance to take her around the island. Oh, but while I'm at it... Yeah? You said your grandmother too and you needed someone to talk to, right? Oh, yeah. It's just, we don't have much to talk about. She's always going on about what's on TV and I can't keep up. Ha, leave the TV talk to me. Oh, and I'd be happy to look after her while you're out working as well. Are you sure? That'd be a huge help, but... Sure, I'm sure. She seems like an interesting person to talk to. I'd love to spend some time with her. She's definitely something. You can't let your guard down around her, that's for sure. And she's pretty stubborn, not to mention if she doesn't like something, she's not afraid to say it. I'll bear that in mind. You know what? I'm actually pretty excited for tomorrow now. I'm glad. Hey, Yuza. That's my name, don't wear it out. I know we initially came here because we wanted to be alone, but from now on... Can we come here when we don't want to be alone instead? Sato... Of course we can. Aww. I'll wait for you here every day. Aww. So cute. So they did fall in love. I decided to stop holding back and reach out to everyone around me. And you know what? They responded. They've started interacting with me in just the same way. So I've decided to spend my last few days having as much fun as possible. So much fun that I won't have time to fear the end. Of course, no one but Yuza and I know about my immortality, or what little remains of it. But these past few days have been so much fun. There are points where I can't even tell if I'm dreaming or if this is my new reality. And most importantly, Yuza's life and mine have continued to intertwine as we meet at our usual spot day after day. We get along so well, being together feels like the most natural thing on earth. And it didn't take long for us both to notice how comfortable we were around each other. Before we knew it, we were being drawn together with increasing intensity, like stars meeting in orbit. Oh? Okay, there's more. Because I checked that, I was missing this one recollection to get to the true ending. Because we didn't get true ending yet. So, let's see. Yuzami Nakuchi meets Sato Shiranami, a fellow immortal, in secret over the past month and grows closer to her. A decisive night befalls them. Ooh. Surroundings. The cool night sky is teeming with stars. The wind gently brushes the trees as ocean waves echo in the distance. Looking over the sea puts my mind at ease. Oh, will someone spook me? No. Oh, Jesus. Fuck off. I was ready for someone to be there and yet it still spooked me. I don't know how the fuck does this work. These are 2D drawings. Sato sits quietly watching the ebb and flow of the tide. I wonder what she's thinking about. Is she carefully contemplating what comes next? I can't just put it all on her. I need to think too. Think about what? We don't have much time. Honestly, we really should have made up our minds long ago. But there's still a chance. I refuse to give up until it's all over. When we were here yesterday, she told me how she felt. She said she loved me, that if it were somehow possible, she'd be with me forever. It must have taken some real courage. I actually feel kind of bad for making her say it. Because I feel exactly the same way. Even though we've known each other for less than a month, I can't deny these feelings. I felt the same way, but I didn't have her courage. Either way, one of us only has days left to live. The other, 795 years. Telling her how I felt would mean nothing. Worse, it would make parting that much harder. I thought I could bury my feelings somewhere they would never emerge from. For her part, I suppose she wanted to move on without leaving anything unsaid, with no regrets, even if nothing came of it. She knew it was futile, but she still said it anyway. And yet, once I let those feelings out, feelings that should never have been revealed, there was no controlling them anymore. My desire to spend the rest of my life with her burned like a searing flame in my chest. Aww. We contemplated possible ways for us to remain together. And the answer came to us surprisingly fast. An answer that we shouldn't have even considered, not extending her lifespan. But there was no time to concern ourselves with the right or wrong of it. We didn't even hesitate. Only one option was available to us, and we intended to take it. But there was hardly enough time to see it through. Hell, even if we had longer, the odds of our plan succeeding were dismally low. It was nothing more than our final vain act of rebellion. What are you thinking about? Huh? She really is tall, huh? I was thinking about how we first met. A month ago? Yeah. Right here on the same spot. Back then you said you wouldn't bother me. But you picked over at me like 5 times, didn't you? No. I thought I was being sneaky. And you even counted the number of times? Hehe. But if you were counting, I guess you must have been watching me too, right? I didn't realize I was giving myself away. But you're right, I was looking at you. So that's why you crept up behind me to scare me, huh? I wasn't trying to scare you. I just wanted to see your surprised face. So you were trying to scare me. Well, you honestly got me good. You definitely got me back the next day. Yeah, you keep getting me. I love that memory. With a memory like that, there's nothing else I need. I have no regrets. Come on, you can't be all fulfilled and complete already. We're only just getting started. Right, only getting started. I can't believe she was thinking about that day at a time like this. That carefree side of her is so dang adorable, though. I can't be upset with her. My heart won't stop racing. I've never felt this way before. Stop, this is so cute. At first, I thought it was simply because we were both immortal that our closeness was a feeling of kinship. But it's more than that. I've never gotten along with someone so well, especially someone who's lived such a different life from my own. It feels like I found a missing piece of myself. My heart is whole when I'm with her. Oh, stop! Our very souls are in harmony. Well, that might be pushing it a bit. Yeah, that's a bit too deep. Even Gran saw how compatible we are and urged me to get married already. Oh, that was too embarrassing for me to tell Sato about, though. There's no way I can lose her. I can't even conceive of life without her. Even with 800 years of life ahead of me, I'll never meet anyone remotely as amazing as her. Aww. Cute. If there was some way to use my immortality to stay with her, I'd do it in an instant. Whatever form I would have to take, I wouldn't complain. I'd sell my soul to the devil if it would get me what I desired. Foreshadowing? We've made up our minds. We'll see our final wish through, no matter what. Okay. Let's see Sato's point of view then. Sato Shiranami meets Yuzami Nakuchi, a fellow immortal, in secret over the past month and grows closer to him. Okay. Let's see what she's thinking about. The summer breeze feels perfect, and the clear sky is sparkling with stars. Nothing relaxes me more than the whisper of the tide and the breeze in the trees. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, now I was even more ready. Didn't get scared, good job me. Yuzai silently gazing out at the dark sea. I wonder what he's thinking about. I suppose he's seriously considering what lies ahead of us. I really need to do the same. I'm so happy. I only have 2 days left. Finding hope at a time like this feels like a miracle. Idle but given up. I never thought I'd get a second chance. When we were here yesterday, I told Yuza how I felt. I told him I loved him, that if it were somehow possible, I'd stay by his side forever. I had planned on taking those feelings to the grave, but then it hit me. There wouldn't even be a grave for me. Maybe that's why I blurted it out. I was prepared for it to go badly, but he accepted my feelings. Still, I only have 2 days left. It can't be any easier on him than it is me. After all, sharing our feelings changes nothing. It'll only make it harder to say goodbye. But Yuza confessed that he had been suppressing his feelings for the same reason. Hearing that made me wish I hadn't said it first. I can't help feeling like I lost, somehow. But looking back, that moment was the only time I could have said it, so I'm glad I did. Aww. Heartbreaking. However, now that it's all out in the open, I thought we'd feel a sense of peace, but we don't. Far from it. We're not like a pair of tragic lovers in a story, bound to die beautifully together or anything like that. I mean, if we could die together, there'd be nothing to agonize over in the first place. So I started thinking of ways we could be together. The answer came to us surprisingly fast, but it was an answer that could be described as taboo. Yuza asked me if I was sure I wanted to go through with it, but honestly, I didn't need to think twice. If that's what it takes, then so be it. All I want is to be with him. But we're running out of time. Although, even if we had more time, the odds of our plan succeeding are almost zero anyway. Part of me wishes we'd made this plan much earlier. But maybe I needed this time for my feelings to reach their peak. Maybe this is just how it had to be. Better to think we made it just in time. I'll keep fighting this fate until the very end. What are you thinking about? Huh? Oh, just our height difference. Oh, my height's been bugging you? Well, you know, we're gonna be like this forever. Don't worry, even with 15 centimeters between us, you look great, Yuza. Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. Hey, it's not your fault you were only in middle school when you became immortal. Nothing you can do now, you'll just have to live with it. Man, if it had happened just 1 or 2 years later, I'd be at least 5 centimeters taller. Wait, even then I'd still be 10 centimeters shorter than you. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry for being crazy tall. It's fine. I don't care if there's 15 centimeters between us. You're still my adorable Sato. Aww. Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. Still, you must have stood out a lot back in your time, huh? Yeah, I was taller than most adult men back then. From what I can remember, I think everyone found me a bit creepy. Sorry to hear that. It's not like you could help it. Well, they treated me like some kind of monster because of it. Most people straight up avoided me. That's awful. On the other hand, I do remember at least one person back then who kept trying to woo me. Who was that? Sounds like someone's jealous. Hey, I ain't the kind of guy who obsesses over his girlfriend's past. What's done is done. And that is a long past to be obsessing about. Nice line. I bet you've been wanting to say that one for ages. Still, I mean, you've been alive for so long. There's way too much history to worry about. Yeah, exactly. Fair point. Honestly, I barely remember him myself. Although, I don't think I liked him all that much. He was just somebody important I couldn't say no to or something like that. Ha, really? That's good to hear. At least as far as I can remember. Anyway, I thought you didn't care. Well, I guess you having so much more experience under your belt makes me feel a bit out of your league. I see. Well, I'm the one who confessed to you, so I guess we'll call it even for now. Right, that works for me. Not sure what's even exactly, but I'll take it. I would have assumed he'd be thinking about tomorrow's plan. I never imagined he might be thinking about what comes after that. He's so sure we're going to succeed. Knowing that makes me feel so much more confident. His easygoing attitude is actually reassuring right now. I'm so glad he's here with me. Oh, you adorable. My heart won't stop racing. I've never felt this way before. I didn't think I could feel something new after living for 800 years. The fact that he's an 800-year immortal too probably has something to do with it. With him I feel safe. There's nothing I'd be afraid to tell him. But that's not all there is to it. There are some people you could know for decades and still not fall in love with them. And then there are those you know you can't live without barely a second after you've met. Even a bond that's lasted centuries can fall apart in a single day. Love isn't measured by time. Maybe it's too much to say we're soulmates, but that's how it feels to me. Even Sue's been saying that we should get married because we're clearly made for each other. Ah, so she told that to both of them, okay. Not that I've told Yuza that, it'd be way too embarrassing. I don't want to say goodbye to Yuza. It feels like I've waited 800 years for him, and now... a lot of things might be destroyed tomorrow. Everything the islanders have been protecting, heck, even some relationships might crumble. But still, we're going to do it. We've made up our minds. We'll see our final wish through, no matter what. Ooh? Hello. Ah, my apologies for the interruption. I simply wish to confirm your understanding of a certain point. Yuza Minakuchi and Satoshi Ranami attempted in vain to hide their feelings for one another, and now they are hatching a plan. Considering how much you remembered already, I'm certain you'll recall this fact as well. So, let me ask you, what can be done to intertwine two lives that were never meant to stay together? What? What can be used? Yuza... oh my god. Okay, let's start... no, Sato must once again be made immortal. Satoshi Ranami must once again be made immortal, you say? Yes. I'm waiting for it. Hell yeah, that is correct. Of course it is. And you chose the right answer on your very first attempt. Well done indeed. Hell yes. Indeed, as there is no way to undo the curse of an 800-year mortal, you can do another one. The only way for them to remain together would be to somehow obtain the flesh of a mermaid. They believe they have no choice but to make Satoshi Ranami live for another 800 years. As such, the plan they hatched was to obtain a second helping of immortality. A truly radical concept. Such a method goes against the very laws of nature, but it is not my place to judge. Please enjoy the continuation of their story. I told Azami about our plan to find a mermaid and he agreed to help. We'll go diving tomorrow morning and hopefully find a clue. Oh, okay. I'm sorry I can't be any more help. I just can't remember anything else. But I'm sure there was a mermaid on Taishima. Don't worry about it. At least now we know where to start the search. It really seems like my mom had some connection with mermaids though, huh? Definitely. So you showed me that scale and it really looks like it came from a mermaid. How strange would it be if it turned out your mom was actually a mermaid all along? I thought we can just eat that scale if it's from a mermaid. Or is it too like dried out by now or something? Yeah, but even I think that's a bit of a leap. If I start diving in the Southern Sea, people are bound to start talking about my mom again. Which will give us the chance to hear more details that we might not be aware of. That's the hope, anyway. I've tried to keep my head down as much as I could until now, but I can't stand idly by anymore. Lately, there's been talk around the island of ominous signs. Maybe that will work in our favor. You mean people talking about the storm coming? Yeah, that could be just the push we need. Also, about the person you said you met today. Yumeko Shiki from the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, was it? She definitely seems like she knows something. Yeah, there's something suspicious about her. I think she didn't pay much attention to me because she knows I don't have much longer to live. But she apparently has the power to detect immortals, and when she finds them, she locks them up somewhere. They've been watching me too, so they might already have their suspicions. I'll be careful. It's pretty wild to think that we're being hunted by government authorities though. I guess people like us really can't be allowed to exist. I don't think they'd be too happy about us searching for mermaid flesh either. It'd be great if we could somehow get some information out of them. That might be difficult. We don't even know if they'll be coming back to Kameshima tomorrow. True. I guess we could always go to the mainland. Yuza? Yeah? Do we really have to be so secretive about it? Couldn't we tell Tsukasa and Azami everything and ask them to help us? It's not that I don't trust them, because I do. It's just that the more people there are that know a secret, the more likely it is to come out. Also true. If people find out there's a way to become immortal, it would cause a total uproar. Even the police would be after us then. Heck, every person who wants to live forever would be looking for us. We can't force Azami and Tsukasa to get caught up in all that. You're right. If anyone is going to get locked up, it should just be us. Exactly. That's why we should keep our mermaid search as quiet as possible. Besides, if we told anyone else, it'd be harder to keep the fact that you're an immortal girl hidden. But won't it all come out when the police come around asking questions? I guess I can just play dumb and pretend I don't know anything until they come up with some solid evidence. We probably shouldn't let people know about us either. It'd just make it harder for us to continue our search. Yeah, I guess you're right. Let's try and stay apart as much as possible from tomorrow, just to be safe. Okay, plot convenience. As of now, I doubt anyone knows about our relationship. That's how they kept it secret for the whole freaking game. Yeah, I'm sure no one has caught on yet. I did not. Let's avoid all unnecessary contact while we each continue searching for mermaid flesh on our own. Sneaky, sneaky. We can set specific times to meet up and share information, but we'll have to make sure no one sees us together. Right, I'll avoid interacting with you in public. But if we need to contact each other in an emergency, we can leave some kind of signal at a place we often walk by. Oh, I know. I'll leave this Kameshimaru keychain in front of the town clock. If you see it there, do you think you could come to the roof of the Kantekisho? Oh, that's the one I gave you. Okay, Kameshimaru can be our go-between. Well, I guess that gives us 2 days to find what we need. I know it'll take a miracle, but we can't give up. Never give up. So many are done. Yeah, the diving is also done now after I reached level 17. So that also like disappeared. Okay, so we can continue here with Arnav and Cersei. Current state Kiko has been subdued. I don't think we need anything here for now. Although it's not like blocked like the rest of the tiles. What about here? It's the Tamatebako, right? Ended with Avi in possession of the Tamatebako. Okay, so I mean we know that our girl needs it to become immortal, so let me just skip and try and get it again. Nice, okay. Yep, so we have the Tamatebako now. Okay, so now let's go back to the... Oh, will Yuza be there now? Something has to be different. Hello, is anyone home? Am I kidding? I know none. Okay. Damn it, am I still missing something? Here's the scale, right? Here it is. I shouldn't just take it. God damn it, what do you need from me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Yes? I don't know what file I'm loading, but I am loading something. I still have that message you left me, you know? Wait, you do? But must have dried up ages ago. The scale? The thoughts I wove into it should have faded too. Surely you can't hear the message anymore? Yep, I can't hear a word. But it doesn't matter. It's an important memento, and a part of you as well. That's enough for me to treasure it. Oh, come on, you're going to make me blush. I was really happy when you shared this with me all that time ago. Well, you know. I can't just show myself in front of anyone, can I? Nah, memories. Is there really no way to hear the message again after it's dried up? If you found a way to return it to the environment of the eternal world, it would be restored to its original state. You might be able to hear it then. Oh, you can do that? Using the Tama tobacco would probably do it. Oh, but I don't think a normal human would be able to hear the message anymore. Sorry, I guess it's impossible after all. Oh, that's too bad. Ah, but if you were a spirit, you might be able to hear it by retracing the echo it left in your mind. Wait, wouldn't I have to be dead for that? That's a no-go then. I had to look this up because I was so lost. I had no idea what to do to be able to go further. These memories, they have belonged to a mermaid? Oh, and that's it. Okay, can we take this scale now? Because I was like going between, clicking everything multiple times. I was so lost. Okay, can we take it now? Here it is. What should I do with it? Put it in the Tama tobacco. Maybe something will happen if I put this in the Tama tobacco. Okay, it's in. Nothing happened. Darn. Wait longer. Let's wait a little longer. Nope, still nothing. Wait longer. 3 times the charm. Come on. Nope. Seems like nothing's changed. Let me put it back. God damn you, game! Scale didn't do anything. Put it in there. Put it inside. Wait. Soba... Hello, Mara, can you hear me? I tried to weave my thoughts into this scale to leave you a message. I hope it reaches you. Listen, I came up with a secret signal for when you need to call me. From now on, if you don't use the signal, I won't respond, so be careful. You need to call me 4 times, leaving at least 3 seconds between each. That's the rule, don't forget it. Call me 4 times. Wait. 4 times, 3 seconds. So you mean like putting it in 4 times for 3 seconds, or... Okay, so apparently I'm just too stupid for this game. This is insane. So you have to go here. This is Soba, and we need to call her. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This fucking game. I wish I would have figured it out on my own, but no, I don't have such a big brain. Oh, you know that signal, do you? But that is so clever and so amazing. That signal is extremely important to me. I won't allow just anyone to use it, least of all on some childish whim. So first I have to be sure. Who are you? I mean, we're not in Sato style anymore. Wait, is Soba the friend of Yuza's mother? So... Yuza? Nehams? Huh? Yuza? So you do know. Allow me to welcome you, Yuza Minakuchi, or rather, Yuza Minakuchi's severed consciousness. I am the mermaid called Sobaya. You've passed through here 7 times now. I suppose it's not that strange you noticed me. Are they really counting how many times I've been on the title screen? This is the place you humans call Ryugu. Come on. Though I hear it's also called things like the Eternal World and the World Beyond. Feel free to call it what you like. So all this time when we are on the title screen. Oh my god, that is insane. Whatever the name, it's one of the many worlds that souls of the departed move on to afterlife. Well, I suppose that's not entirely accurate. The space we're in now serves more as its boundary than anything else. There's something I always thought to talk to you about, something I had to talk to you about, if we ever happened to meet. Though I never thought you'd come seek me out like this, in the form you are now. But it seems you have your own reasons for doing so. You wish to speak with me, yes? So what shall we talk about first? Tell me about my mom. You're asking if Mara and I were friends? I'm only going to say this once. You might be Mara's son, but I won't stand for you intruding upon our relationship. The relationship Mara and I had can't be described by so simple a word as friends. This isn't the only world that souls of the dead journey to afterlife, you know. Their number is immeasurable. There are worlds beyond counting. Mara's soul has gone somewhere far, far away. Even here in Ryugu, I won't be able to see her again. So don't ask me anymore. Leave me to my memories of her. Okay. What do you mean by boundary? How to explain? This is a space that connects the two worlds you can travel between. The world the living Yuzami Nakuchi inhabits, and the world that you, a severed portion of Yuzami Nakuchi's consciousness, usually exist in. Oh my god, yeah, and when we start the game, when we click start the game, we go through this portal, like the animation, like puts you through this portal. Oh my god. How do they come up with this shit? As a spirit, you will always pass through this space when traveling to the world of the living. Normally, something like this would be unthinkable, if not impossible, but it seems there's something of exception. Was there anything else? What happened on the day of the disaster? Yes, of course you'd want to know about that. I do owe you an explanation of what happened back then. 5 years ago, on the day the calamity struck. Let's get this out of the way first. I was indeed the one who made you an 800-year immortal. But if you've come here looking for a way to regain your humanity... I'm sorry, but that's no longer possible. Even as a mermaid, there's nothing I can do. You, or rather the Yuzami Nakuchi of the mortal world, are now bound to live out the remaining 795 years of your life there, neither aging nor dying. Nothing can reverse this now. Now then, let me tell you what happened on that day 5 years ago, and about the years leading up to it. Ooh, oh yeah, we had her profile. Question mark years old. One of 3 mermaids who are said to have lived near Taishima about 400 years ago. She has since returned to her home, Ryugu. Mara and Sobaya, after becoming unable to return to Ryugu, Sobaya had ceased to show herself on the surface even before members of the Somekawa line. However, upon noticing that 400 years had passed since the sinking of Taishima, she cautiously attempted contact with the current generation's inheritor of the family duty, a woman by the name of Mara Somekawa. In the past, any humans she encountered had either treated her as an object of worship or sought her flesh. Perhaps as a result, she immediately sensed something was different about Mara, who treated her in a friendly manner from the moment of their meeting and promised to do all she could to return her to Ryugu. There was no pretense in Mara's bearing, and her attitude when speaking to Sobaya was casual and light-hearted. Gradually, Sobaya began to open up to her. After some time, they agreed on a secret signal and began meeting surreptitiously, growing closer the more they learned about each other. A strange sense of trust came to blossom between them, one transcending the boundaries of their respective species. Mara had originally resolved to remain single and never start a family of her own in order to devote herself entirely to her duty with Sobaya. However, Sobaya strongly opposed this, saying that Mara's life here would continue even when she was gone, so Mara should not deny herself a possible future with her own family. She had seen how happy one of her former compatriots had been upon finding love, and believed Mara deserved to know such joy as well if she wished to. Mara seemed unbothered at the thought, but said that she would consider it if someone suitable ended up coming along. However, that moment came sooner than expected. Upon moving to Kameshima, she met the love of her life, Tosukami Nakuchi. Sobaya was delighted for Mara and offered her heartfelt congratulations upon hearing of their marriage. While she did not understand the joy of having a family herself, she was gratified to see Mara so happy. It was Mara's constant wish to be able to introduce her beloved family to her dearest friend, but it was forbidden to reveal the existence of mermaids to anyone. even her husband and child. Eventually, the two reached a compromise. Tsubaya said she would meet them when the time came for her to return to Ryugu, reasoning that there would be no harm in revealing herself for such a short space of time. This agreement became a cherished promise between them. Thus did the years continue to pass, Mare's son growing all the while until the day of the Kamashima Southern Sea disaster arrived. In the days leading up to the disaster, a strange rumbling could be heard coming from the sea. Tsubaya took this as a sign that a storm caused by the curse of the raging waves was approaching, and she and Mare mistakenly concluded that this meant that the seal on Ryugu's entrance would soon be lifted. Although the timing was earlier than expected, the two were overcome with excitement at the thought that Tsubaya could finally fulfill her long-held dream of returning home, and couldn't bring themselves to doubt the signs. They put together a plan. Even if the storm were to come while they were out at sea, Mare could use the bronze mirror to suppress it, allowing Tsubaya to pass through the entrance to Ryugu alone. Resolved that this was where they would part ways, the two spent that final night together, talking until the sun rose. On the day their plan would be put into action, Mare took Tosuke and Yuza out into the bay on a boat to introduce them to Tsubaya's promise. Oh no. Although pained by having to part with Tsubaya, she was buoyed by the thought that she would now be able to devote herself fully to motherhood and to her family that had always protected her without reservation. Tsubaya, meanwhile, was secretly trailing them from the seabed. Disliking the sound of the propellers, she was unable to get close to the boat as it was moving. The storm that suddenly broke out around them far exceeded all expectations. Even the bronze mirror was not enough to calm it, and the sea churned and rolled around them as if the heavens themselves were unleashing their wrath. The small fishing boat carrying the Minakuchi family began to take on water, and it was not long before it started to sink. Tsubaya immediately rushed to their aid, reaching them just as they had fitted Yuza with a lifebuoy and gotten him off the boat. The couple still clung desperately to the sinking boat as it was tossed about by the waves. Upon seeing Tsubaya, Tosuke's reaction was surprisingly composed. Whether already resolved to meet his fate or just mellow by nature, his first response after Mare introduced her was to greet her cheerfully, thanking her for keeping Mare company and expressing surprise that Mare's faraway friend had turned out not to be human. Tsubaya, however, had no time for pleasantries. Consumed only by the thought of getting them to safety, she tried to carry them all from the boat, but even a single person proved to be almost too much for her. Naturally, she also lacked the strength needed to tow the boat out of danger. Even her nature as a mermaid was enough to allow her to save someone precious to her when it mattered most. Filled with distress at her known powerlessness, Tsubaya was overcome by a sense of despair. Frantic, she tried to take only Mare with her in a bid to escape the sinking boat, but Mare rebuffed her attempt. She had no intention of being the only one saved. Instead, she and Tosuke pleaded for Tsubaya to help Yuza, saying that his survival meant more to them than anything else. Tsubaya could not understand. She refused to. She had prepared herself to bid farewell to Mare, but parting like this was too painful for her to bear. Mare, for her part, continued apologizing to Tsubaya despite the looming threat of her own death, concerned for her friend's safety and feeling deep regret at being unable to see Tsubaya back home. It was more than Tsubaya could stand. At that moment, Tsubaya's innermost feelings came into sharp relief. Part of her, deep down, resented Yuza and Tosuke with all her being. She was happy as long as she had Mare, but Mare had her family to love as well. And yet it was Tsubaya herself who had wished for Mare to find happiness by starting a family of her own. Overwhelmed by unfamiliar emotions of conflict and self-loathing, she found herself unable to think clearly. Smiling as she clung to the sinking boat, half submerged in seawater, Mare thanked Tsubaya for her friendship and told her that the days they had spent together had been some of her happiest. Tsubaya was devastated. Every part of her rejected the entire situation. She didn't want to hear Mare bid farewell to her like this. She didn't want to part with Mare at all. She wanted to grab hold of her friends and carry her away to safety by force if necessary. Even returning home to Ryugu no longer mattered to her as much as this, but she couldn't ignore Mare's plea for her to save her son. Wrenching herself away from the sinking boat, Tsubaya headed to rescue Yuza, all the while resenting the boy for the tremendous love that Mare bore him. When she found Yuza, he had been caught up in a whirlpool and was barely clinging to life. Tsubaya caught herself feeling almost satisfied at the sight, thinking that it served him right. If it hadn't been for Yuza, she could have saved Mare. But Mare's plea for her to save Yuza, that her only wish was for him to survive, echoed in Tsubaya's mind. The next moment, she dragged the dying Yuza out of the whirlpool and, pulling a piece of her own tail, forcibly fed it to him. Whether the emotions driving her at this point were a desire to fulfill Mare's wish or hatred towards Yuza, even Tsubaya herself couldn't say. After carrying Yuza out of the reach of the storm, Tsubaya immediately went to rescue Mare. She finally found her after 3 long days of searching, but her efforts had been in vain. Mare's body was already cold. Once someone had died, it was beyond even a mermaid's power to bring them back. Tsubaya clung to Mare's body and wept. Never again would she hear Mare's voice calling her name. She laid Mare's body to rest on the seabed and, hiding herself beside it, spent her days mourning, lost in the depths of despair. Several years later, the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed and Sobaya, now with no remaining attachments to the mortal world, made to return home by herself. Before doing so, she met with Mara's sister, thinking to reclaim the mermaid's relic from her. However, put off by the woman's blatant avarice, she found herself unable to muster any interest in her and ultimately returned without reclaiming the relic, despite knowing full well the misfortune it could bring. Huh, okay. Looking back now, what I did to you was wrong. It was an extreme situation, yes, but I must have been mad to even consider it. Every time I remember, I wonder what on earth I was thinking. How could I have done something so cruel to the son Mara loved so much? Even though nothing that happened was your fault. I don't expect you to forgive me, but let me at least say this. I am sorry. I would do anything within my power to ease your burden. Oh! There is something you can do. Yes, we need an immortal girlfriend. What? You want a piece of my flesh? But why? I suppose it's not impossible. You could bring it back to the mortal world using the relic I left there. Normally this would be forbidden, but I suppose I was the cause of all this. Maybe it counts as an attempt at making amends, if nothing else. There, it's done. I'll send it to the other side. You'll be able to take it from the box there. Huh. The mermaid flesh has been transferred to the Tamatebako. Yay! Mermaid flesh achieved. The current holder of the box may claim it as their own from the evening of August 7th. Holder of the box? That's vague. Not that Sator. Wait, Avi can also have... Can we make Avi immortal? It seems you've done everything you came to do. Then this is where we part ways. Know that I won't respond anymore, even if you called to me with that signal. Having a means of calling me was prohibited in the first place. Live and be happy, Yuza, for Mara's sake, for all the years she never got to see. Be sure to tell him that when you return to him in the mortal world. This... oh my god. How do they come up with this? But also, yeah, so now, look. Like, we go through the portal. Okay, but am I in the... good spot, bad spot, does it matter? Wait, they said August 7th. Do I know when August 7th is? Wait, from August 7th? So should we use the Tamatebako here already? Start from Bay? Is that at the end? Because we had one like August 7th, yeah. Because we had one choice blanked out with Yuza. Actually, there is something we can do. She's gonna be okay. Huh? Sorry, I've been keeping this a secret, but... we got the mermaid flesh. Param pa pam. Oh! Let's go! An eternal conclusion. Yuza Minakuchi has done everything he must do. All that's left is to see out the end. Can we actually make her immortal and have them live happily ever after for 800 years? All of your efforts have been truly remarkable. Thank you, although I had to look up the mermaid calling thing. The fact that you are seeing this means all of Yuza Minakuchi's wishes have been fulfilled. You have overcome countless hardships and resolved every dilemma. Congratulations. Thank you, thank you. Now then, as you may be confused as to what exactly has transpired, please allow me to explain. Recap. Yuza Minakuchi's true objective was to obtain the flesh of a mermaid. This was to fulfill his oath of making Satoshi Anami immortal again before her imminent demise, that they might live 800 more years together. Well, 795 to be exactly. However, who would have expected multiple curses to strike Kamishima at the very same time? What a coincidence! Yes, I'm referring to the curse of the raging waves, born 4 centuries ago, and the curse of Tomoshige, which had built up over 800 years. While such calamities would appear to offer naught but misfortune, as luck would have it, these curses were blessings in disguise. They led Yuza Minakuchi down a path that would otherwise not have been possible. One could very well call it a miracle. The key to all of this was, of course, your efforts. Now I shall describe each pivotal event of the story in its order of occurrence. One fated day, August 7th, Yusa Minakuchi went diving and searched Kamishima for leads to find mermaids. However, that night, Kipei Koma sent Kikuko Tsutsui as an assassin to cause the tragedy of Kamishima, thereby allowing him to capture Sato. This shifted Yusa Minakuchi's priorities away from his search for mermaid flesh, as he is tragically killed and his mission ends in failure. It would seem that fulfilling his wishes was never in the cards, and he instead met with a terrible fate. However, the consciousness lingering within his severed head witnessed something inexplicable. It was the sight of his 800-year mortal body regenerating a new head. That must have been a sight. With that, a new mind, complete with all memories intact, formed inside the regenerated head of the resurrected Yusa Minakuchi. The severed head then disappeared, yet the consciousness that had remained within it did not return to his body. Rather, it became a spirit that crossed over to the afterlife, what some might call the eternal world. Thus was another consciousness separate from Yusa Minakuchi's primary body formed. And that separated consciousness was you. You once asked, "Who am I?" but may I assume the answer has now become clear? This separate consciousness of Yusa Minakuchi remained in the eternal world despite the firm resolve it held, growing ever more anguished over its failure without knowing what had occurred afterwards. It dearly desired to find a way to return to its past self and explain the situation before this failure could take place. So it found its way to the boundary between the mortal world and the world beyond. That is to say, it found its way here, to Ryugu. This is the place you laid eyes upon at the very beginning. This is where your duty began. Yeah. The fact that this place just so happens to be where the mermaids reside turned out to be a stroke of luck. But because you would lose all memory of this fact once you passed through the gate into the mortal world, I stepped in to humbly guide you along your path. Crazy. Then, as a spirit, you encountered Yusa Minakuchi during his dive to the bottom of the sea. Because you resembled the phenomenon known as the Tomokazuki, you were referred to as such. Needless to say, you were not a Tomokazuki. Yet that is how we possessed Yusa Minakuchi and shared your fragmented memories with him. Even so, it was not enough. In your spirit form, you had the ability to use the story chart and travel across space and time to possess other individuals. You entered the minds and memories of various people, jumping between each in turn as you earnestly sought to realize your goals. And that is how things progress behind the scenes during this story. You have fulfilled your role and will now return to the world from whence you came. After you have viewed what became of everyone following these events, this paranormal side will finally draw to a close. No! Thank you very much for your diligent attention. No, I want another one! I want another one immediately! August 31st? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, so you've decided to accept your inheritance, but you're going to university first. Uh-huh, the wheels are in motion for me to take over the family business after studying real hard at university. Your whole life must be undergoing some major changes. Are you managing okay? You don't have too much on your plate. Actually, about that... Get this, turns out my ma used to be a certified public accountant. I had no idea. How can you not... What? Anyway, the plans for ma to manage all the assets while I'm studying my butt off. She was apparently waiting like a hawk for the moment to swoop in and make sure you got everything coming to you. I don't know if I should call her cunning, but Tsukasa's mom sure knows how to get things done. That's wild. Oh, that reminds me, there was something I wanted to ask you, Azami. You mentioned wanting to ask Tsukasa out the other day, so how'd that go? Whoa, Sato, you're seriously gonna ask that right in front of everybody? Jeez. I mean, I guess it's fine since I already asked her. Oh, but that could have ruined everything. Wait, you did? When did all this go down? Oh, I couldn't help myself. I've been dying to know. I had to ask even if it messed up your mojo. You sure are something else, Sato. Anyway, if you need answers that bad, you should ask Tsukasa. So, what did you say, Tsukasa? How did he ask? Where was it? Tell us already. You're way too invested, Miss Encyclopedia. You know how things are with me right now. The truth is, I haven't given him an answer yet. What? Oh, but at least it's not an outright rejection. How long are you going to make him wait? I gotta do some soul searching to figure out how I feel, and I need everything to settle down, so around 4 or 5 years? Girl, that long? You're going to keep leading the poor guy along all that time? Right? And to top things off, she asked for my help in the meantime. Your help? Yep. I want to take over for old man Wakamura and make Kamishima the best place it can be. I want it to be way more convenient and bustling than it is now, an island that tourists flock to, you know. That means I'll need to start a business to manage all that. As you can see, I've got loads of stuff to do. That's why I need you to give it your all as the leader of Kamishima, Azami. Yeah, I guess I want all that stuff for Kamishima too. That all sounds great, and Azami will definitely be a big help. My plan is to have Azami rise up the ranks and help me out with a whole bunch of stuff. Once he becomes a big shot like the mayor or something, then maybe we can start going out. What? That'll take way too long. I'll be an old geezer by then. See what I mean? This is what I have to deal with. Seems like that cunningness runs in the family. Well, you've got something to strive for now. Good luck with it. Quit your belly aching, Azami. We're doing this for Sato and Iza too, you know? Yeah, I know. We talked it all over before. Huh? What do you mean you're doing it for us? Let's just say we were surprised when we heard about you guys the other night. Ah. About how you became an immortal yourself 5 years ago, yeah? By that stage you'd secretly gotten your hands on some mermaid flesh for Sato, and now Sato has become an immortal for the second time. Yeah, that is actually a crazy storyline. And the fact that you guys have decided to stay together for the next 800 years, it was a lot to swallow all at once. Yeah, sorry for dropping such a big bombshell on you guys. Also, to be precise, we're going to be together for the next 795. Yeah, what, Sato will be alone for 5? What's 5 years when you've got centuries? 5 years is a long time. Yeah, he's right. Now we're going to discuss the idea of going for another 800 years when we get close to the end. My god. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's up to you guys. Do whatever you want. But don't forget that you owe us for keeping such a big secret from us this whole time, got it? For real. See, I told you we should have gotten their advice from the start. Yeah, I have been saying that from the get-go. I know you said you'd live on the down low in Kamishima because it'd be a whole other thing if people found out about you too, but... people will eventually start getting suspicious, even if you try to lead normal lives. What are you gonna do then? Well, we kinda assumed it would all work out somehow. It's true, we haven't really thought about that at all. We figured as much, that's why we're going to protect the two of you. Huh? We'll make some rules on the island so no one will get suspicious of you no matter how long you choose to live. I mean, it's gonna take some time to put our plan into action, but... I'm sure we'll be calling the shots around here by the time people start thinking there's something fishy going on with you guys. I was thinking we could build a shrine for you two to live in, up in the mountains. Oh, a shrine! That sounds incredible. We can say gods are enshrined there so people shouldn't go near it without permission. Then I'll make sure the descendants of the Kumoi family are protectors of the shrine all the way down the family line, so they'll always protect you. The Someka family managed to pass down the religion for 400 years, so I bet my family could handle a shrine for 800 years or so. That's so thoughtful, but I feel kinda bad for making you guys worry so much. Not to mention several generations of your family. That's a lot of trust you're putting into your own family. It's totally fine, don't mention it. Nothing makes me happier than seeing you and Sato together like this. I know you went through a lot to get to this point, Yuza. I'm really happy for you. Azami, I'm seriously so happy for you. Like, seriously overjoyed. You heard the man. That's why you won't let anyone get in the way of all this happiness. Aww. Azami, Tsukasa, thank you both so much. Oh, adorable. Oh, Tsukasa, the fact that you'd think up all these plans just for us means the world to me. Well, there was one other reason. Yuza's never been the type to look before he leaps, so we have to be around to make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. Ah, good point. What? Hey, that's not true. You're the one who always got me into messes, Azami. Nope, you're both wrong. You have any idea how much apologizing I've had to do for you guys over the years? Oh, but you're gonna make it up to me now. I'll work you both to the bone. You too, Sato. We're gonna put Kamishima on the map. You got it. Just tell me what to do. Let's all keep getting each other into and out of trouble from here on out. Oh. Adorable. Dum dum. There is a legend in Kamishima. It is a story passed down through the generations about two gods in the guise of a young man and a young woman. They would often leave their shrine disguised as ordinary humans and happily stroll through the town. On occasion, they would sneak off the island and travel around the country before returning home. The people of the island would stop and give a small bow whenever they came across the couple, and silently watch as they went on their way. No one knew from whence the pair had come. Their history was shrouded in mystery. But it is said that this mischievously playful and intimately harmonious couple would always look upon one another with pure joy. There was apparently only one inviolable rule concerning the pair. One must never sneak up and startle them from behind. Yes, please do not. I've been startled enough times. Several decades after those events, the country has seen 2 new emperors reign, and people with any detailed knowledge of those fateful days have grown few and far between. Now the Kantekisho ruins of Kamishima have become a sacred place for lovers, with couples flocking to it to strengthen their bonds. On this day, the young visitors who happened to come see the sights spotted a young man and a young woman together on the roof of the Kantekisho ruins, gazing happily out to sea. Cute! Damn. I mean, it is funny though that technically you could say that all of this was basically a love story. You know? That was the original plan, Yuza getting the mermaid flesh so Sato can live with him longer. And even as the storyteller said that those 2 curses struck, you know, that was a coincidence. That was the side stuff that was happening. The main quest was helping Sato be immortal again. So this was basically a love story. And I loved it. Square Enix, amazing freaking job. Can't wait for the 3rd game, honestly. I want it already. I'm just in this game and in previous one, I'm just so amazed at the kind of 4th wall breaking. Like in this one we had to go to the title screen, click on the mermaid and stuff. There was we had to load this like blurred out file to discover the memories, because how do you access memories? You load a save file, right? Those are the memories, you could say. And honestly, this is what makes me love these games. It's just done so well, it's so clever. Complete all files. Oh, nice! Reach Yuza Minakuchi's ending. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm curious of one thing, because we can have Avi have the Tamatebako. I wonder if there's some ending with that. Okay, let's have Avi have the Tamatebako now. Let me quickly go through this. Okay, so Avi now has it. Does that mean... Oh! Okay, let's go. Exciting in Tsushima adventure. Avi and Cersei managed to keep the Tamatebako safely in their possession and leave Kamishima to search for Ikoma. And we have now that Kyukuko is alive. Because we went back and Kyuko is alive, just incapacitated. I wonder if that will matter. If we'll have to kill her again for a different ending. And so, Cersei and Avi made their way back to Toba in search of Kipe Ikoma. Who are you talking to? Feels more exciting this way, doesn't it? Huh, you might be right. But it seems like we've just missed him. Even though he claimed he's afraid of the ocean, the people at the port said he left for Kamishima on a chartered boat. There are no more ferries today, so I have no way of getting back to the island. I'm afraid there's not much else we can do. Well, as long as we've got the Tamatebako, there might be another chance someday. Cersei, what's wrong? She can sense the mermaid flesh. I don't know, but the Tamatebako is giving off a strange spiritual energy. Oh, I did notice it felt a bit heavier than before. Let's take a look. There's something inside. Something just appeared inside. What this? What this? A chunk of flesh? My goodness, could this belong to a mermaid? Wait, what? Is it real? It exudes an incredible spirit energy. Whatever it is, it's extraordinary. Doesn't this feel too good to be true, though? It could be a trap. Or a curse. Oh, I actually found it. The gods haven't forsaken me after all. Thank you, world. I accept your gracious offering. Yeah, are you seriously going to eat a chunk of Mr. Meat just like that? What's wrong with you? Well, he ate it? Not particularly good. Very watery, not much fat, and no real texture. But it's not too fishy, so fried Meunier style it might not be half bad. Are we actually making him immortal? That's all well and good, but I wasn't asking about the taste. I'm not planning on trying any. How do you feel? Is immortality setting in? I don't feel any different. Want me to stab you or something? Whoa, slow down. What if it didn't work? I just suffer a painful skewering for nothing. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure painful things will still hurt you even when you're immortal. And as far as I understand it, an immortal body doesn't regenerate unless you're fatally wounded. In that case, I might politely decline. I'm not the biggest fan of pain, you see? Anyway, I'm sure I'll find out if it worked one day. And the fact that we got a hold of the Tama tobacco is already worth the trip. Well, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. And that concludes Avi and Cersei's exciting Isushima adventure. Thanks for reading, everyone. He's narrating again. Oh, Avi. Well, now, I suppose I'll be going back to the US. What about you, Cersei? I think I'll keep exploring the Key region for a little while longer. I was thinking of paying a visit to Kumano Gongen. What? That was the deity of the Kumano region, right? That's the one. Actually, it's a collective term for the deities enshrined in the three grand shrines known as the Kumano Sanzan. So I guess we can assume that Avi is immortal in this ending? And thus, after obtaining the flesh of a mermaid, Avi's wish came true and he was granted an 800-year lifespan. Oh my god, I can't believe it. A man like him, who constantly seeks out new adventure, would most assuredly never encounter a dull day in those 800 years. Living his life to the fullest, he traveled the world in an everlasting search of thrilling mysteries and marvels. In the mid-21st century, his novel, The Tale of Never-Ending Youth, which was inspired by his own experiences, became a surprise worldwide hit. The live-action adaptation by a major US studio proved a major success, spawning merchandise and a theme park that made him a wealthy man. Always smiling until his final days, he proudly proved that even after 800 years, not all glory is doomed to fade. In the 27th century, he wrote the following words in his journal. The world keeps on turning. Compared to its birth and the richness of its history, 800 years is far too short. Arnav Barnum. Ending 2, Glory of Arnav Barnum. Hell yeah, let's go. Hell yeah, okay. Tale of Never-Ending Youth. But they're still not... Wait, so does, like, killing Kikuko change something? Okay, shove Kikuko into the ocean. She fell into the water. Let's use the curse. Okay. Let's see if this will be different. After obtaining the flesh of Mermaid... Why can we... However... Who is this? Oh, is this... Soon after, Avi was detained at the airport by the Paranormal Affairs Bureau under suspicion of murdering Kikuko Tsutsui with a curse. It was the mangled half-fish remains of Kikuko Tsutsui washed ashore on the coast of Toba that brought the crime to light. Oh shit. Avi fought back furiously, yelling and demanding he get a lawyer and saying he refused to talk. He did everything he could to avoid conviction. In the end, the case never went to court. However, citing the rule that 800-year immortals must be sealed away, a decision was made. No, my boy! From that day on, Arnav Barnum, the cheerful fantasy novelist, was never seen in public again. The fall of Arnav Barnum. Oh no! Oh, that one hurts. Reach Arnav Barnum's bad ending. Complete the story. Okay, so these are all... Damn, do we really... Oh my god, do we really have to finish off on such a sad freaking ending? Oh my god, okay. I was just looking to find more birds and wanted to check which ones I'm missing, and now I see there's a new file here. Thank you for playing our game until the very end. As a token of appreciation, we have some special information. This information will be disclosed to those who answer that they are aware of the events of the San Mysterious Country incident. We look forward to the day we can meet again in another paranormal site. Sincerely, Nakagoshi. Yes, another one confirmed. Let's go. Okay, anyway, coming back to the birds. Oh my god. Okay, I found all the mockingbirds. Mockingbird theater unlocked. I had like 5 left. Okay, let's see what... Nice. Because I thought that, you know, the bad Avi's ending is too freaking heartbreaking, so we gotta end on something more fun. So let's see what this is. Movie time. Well, looks like the sun's shown his big bright mug. Guess it's time then. Time to head to school. This little bird is tit for tat, a rough and tumble first year at Abe's Academy. His multiple acts of wanton further pluck and violence finally earned him a suspension that ended just yesterday. Any further trouble, roughhousing, truancy or otherwise, is bound to spell his expulsion. Will tit for tat be able to rein in his short-tempered belligerence enough to make it to school without incident? Tit for tat, just in time, here to give my tunes a listen. Well, if it ain't Blue's Cruise, the best boater on the beach. I'd love to stay and listen, but I've got a whole tail feather today. No fear, it won't take a minute of your time to hear my latest tunes. Freshy heart too, what'd you say? New beats, you say? Now this I gotta hear. Come on then, pour your soul out for me. Fuck. Oh dear, it seems tit for tat has gotten distracted already. Will he really be able to get to school on time? 20 minutes later. And that's a wrap. Haha. Phew, what was that? 20 encores I called for? I couldn't help myself. Your passion for this beach skewered me from my little bird heart. Glad to hear it. This is a special spot for us ocean outlaws, you know? All we want is a place to stretch our wings and have a good time. But things have been a bit dicey around here lately. Huh? Trouble brewing in the neighborhood, is there? Some vicious little punk's been tearing their way through everyone's turf recently. Folks are calling him the Savage Snowball. What? All that happened while I was stuck at home, and also that half-plucked excuse for a name. Don't you worry, our albatross boss has a heart as big as his wingspan. I bet he'll sort it all out for us. Hey, it's nice to have good buddies to rely on. Wouldn't mind meeting the big bird myself sometime. Anyway, I gotta fly. I can't be late on my first day back. The flute is amazing. It seems tit for tat is finally on the road to school. His early rise means that he still has time to spare, but the clock is ticking. Good morning, tit for tat. Looks like your suspension's finally over, eh? If it ain't your team Tina from next door, what's got you out here so early? Practicing your festival dance? It's not for a festival, silly. We're the step dancing stars, the Bamboo Breakers, and this pedestrian zone is our stage. Don't blame me when the other members get mad at you if you keep getting it wrong on purpose like that. Hold it right there. These perfectly synchronized shouts. He's so chunky. It's the twin leaders of the Bamboo Breakers, the driving Javas. So the punk thinks, but he thinks he can charm his way out, but he knows what's up, lovely looks. Then straight the three of us square will be stumble of chair. We take the street by storm, the roll right quick, get this chick is stupid to What? Tit for tat, we challenge you to a dance-off. And if we win, you have to join the Bamboo Breakers. Well, I can't deny the strength of your passion. Get ready to keep your heels, you got yourself a dance-off. You featherbrains were talking so much the textbook couldn't keep up. Who said you could run your bigs like that, huh? You wanna fight? You got one. Hope you're ready to be turned into brittle stuffing punks. Bitch, tit for tat, you stop that right now. Why'd you punch him? You can afford to be late today, right? Leave these two to me and get to school. You're one tough bird, didn't you? But I appreciate you knocking some sense into me. I'll pay you back for this, I swear. Sure thing, let's go eat those pellets everyone's been talking about later. Wait, what about our sticker debut? Our hero suffered quite the hold-up, but luckily no feathers ended up flying in the end. And now the school gates are straight ahead. Will he make it through them before the bell tolls? Oh no, it's Lil Blue. Tit for tat, you're finally here. Lil Blue, you've been waiting here for me this whole time? Oh, I knew you were my best buds for a reason. Oh, they have the same hairstyle actually, yeah. You're seriously cutting it close though. Don't tell me you slept in on your first day back. Nope, I got up with the sun like a good early bird. I had to go through a whole song and dance on the way, that's all. Just because you were an early bird doesn't mean you had time to spend catching worms, man. Hey, no time for worms today. I did snack on a few bugs along the way though. Took about 20 minutes, but I gobbled them all up. You might as well have gone for the worms at that rate. Anyway, let's get through the gates before they close. Come on! Don Heron, I've headed up to my crest with this bird shit. Bird shit? We're settling who the biggest bird on the block is. Right here, right now. Huh? What's all this about? Little Blue. Oh no! Of all the birds? It's the leader of the Ocean Outlaws, the charismatic cruiser Albatross Boss. And the leader of Rebels Roost, the Ashen Assassin, Don Heron. For that is shaking. Why are the two neighborhood big shots squaring off over pecking order in front of our school? And right in the middle of our turf, Tit for tat's gonna bust the gasket. Oh man, he's quivering with rage already, it's only a matter of time before he blows. I'm only pulling your flipper, mate. Don't worry, I'm just gonna have a little talk with him. What? You wanna talk things out? I heard that Albatross Boss is the understanding type. And besides, if I made feathers fly here, I wouldn't be able to flock together with my chums in Blue's Bertal beaks anymore. Bertal? What the fuck? Flying the roost and leaving your mates high and dry ain't what chums are about. Birds of a feather? That's ass. Cool as a cassowary. That's our tit for tat. A bit much with the bird idioms, but still poignant. I was willing to give you and your flighty flock a pass up to now, but you all act like you're the cock of the walk. I think it's time to show you Ocean Outlaws who really rules the roost around here. The Terminator. Ready when you are, Dawn. Just say the word and we'll clip your wings for good and all. Rebels Roost? More like Rebels Roost. Ew, the last birds who found you impressive went the way of the dodo years ago. Isn't that right, boss? Hey lad, how about you clear out and go squawk at each other somewhere else? You're disrupting classes. Huh? Who's this little puffball? Puffball? Fledgling? Got a problem of long-tailed tits, do ya? Well, let's just get enough for Oh man, his temper's as short as ever. He snapped like a twig with too much weight on it. I'll tear out your feathers and decorate my nest with them. Oh, that's turtleland. I'll tear out your feathers and decorate my nest with them. It'll make a black parrot look pretty by the time I'm done with you. Amazing, he tore through the local heavyweights like they were dump nesting material. But it looks like he didn't too quickly to cause an uproar. Come on, let's go before the teachers notice. Those are some serious moves back there. Not that I'd expect anything less from the savage Snowball himself. Snowball? Huh? What's that you called me just now? The Savage Snowball! Man, I wish I had a cool nickname like that too. What are you calling a snowball, punk? Eep, you're flying off the handle again! And so tit for tat legendary rampage began. It lasted until well after the school day had ended. And ended up landing him a full-fledged expulsion from Abe's Academy. The end. Now that is the true ending. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Well, and on that note, thank you so much for watching. If you're actually here after seeing all of the episodes, then wow, I really appreciate you. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye!